So it's 200 years in the future. A lot has changed. Apparently, since those years he's been asleep, it's very Futurama-esque, if that helps. There's the New World Organization. They have some name. It's called Is it? I don't know.
Oh well.
Oh well. Yeah, I can say that about the show. Oh well.
Yeah.
And they're not nice guys, and you know they're not nice guys because one of them is Dio, and they want the power and knowledge for themselves, and plus Akira's knowledge of the old days because he's the only one who still has that mindset and knowledge because he's also a bit of a smart guy. I might have missed that.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a scientist himself.
Yeah.
What's up, people? Welcome to Otaku, SoCal's bi-weekly anime and pop culture podcast. I'm your host, Ray, aka Saori Shonen. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be covering the fall 2025 anime season for you with our spoiler talks of Sanda from Frank, and then we have Miles's
Mangaka, Weird Wonderful Workplace.
I just call it Willy Wonka's Mangaka Adventures. And of course, my own personal Beyond the Dusk, something to the world's end, something. I remember when it comes to
we lost already, huh?
I can't remember to this end of the day, and for reasons for that,
I don't think we never did either.
I forget a lot of things about that show, perhaps. Wink, wink, foreshadowing, perhaps. But don't worry, folks. We're going to be talking about non-spoiler talk as well as spoilers about those three anime titles in our main discussion topic of this episode. Before we get there, we're going to talk about our week, see what we've been up to watching and playing. And I think, according to a little pre-planning, there might be a little Metroid Prime 4 Beyond spoiler talk also in between.
Beyond the Dusk.
Beyond all reasoning and logic also foreshadowing once again. But of course, now that I'm spoiling and teasing everything on the podcast, why not spoil and tease with my co-hosts on the podcast? Let's start with Frank. Frank, how you doing, sir?
I'm all right.
You all right? You looking forward to your big fall episode, your Santa Claus inspired anime?
I was a little nervous coming in, but kind of like hearing a little sneak peek of your thoughts, and I'm a little more...
Feel a little more confident, perhaps?
Yeah, no, just like...
Got this in the bag.
No, I was just like, I was feeling bad because I didn't finish.
Oh, I see.
Now I know I'm not the only one.
Been busy, holidays? Hopefully you guys out there have a good Christmas, and about the time the episode comes out, hopefully a Happy New Year's and everything in between to you. And Happy New Year's to you, brother. How are you doing, Miles?
I'm doing fine. It's a... thanks to like Frank, the holidays got to me too somehow. So actually, for the first time in this podcast history, I didn't get to finish. Well, I finished one of our
only one. Ooh, Miles. Ooh, I hope we're gonna do better in this new year.
Sorry, get one out so every New Year fresh. Gotta get it start New Year fresh.
There you go. So you're one mulligan you get.
Yeah.
Before we get to our main discussion and talk about our shows and what was good and bad and spoiler talk, we're going to get to our weeks, gentlemen. See what we've been watching and playing recently. And I'm going to hog up the mic and go first this time.
Wow.
And not too much to talk about because I do want to talk about Metroid Prime 4. That was most of my week. But I'm going to say that in a little bit, spoiler talk, so that way people who want to avoid that can with timestamps down below. And if you just can't wait and you want to hear the anime talk, we do have timestamps below to get you directly there in case that's what you came searching for on the YouTube algorithm or anywhere else on the podcast apps you can find this podcast. But the few things I can mention is Apothecary Diaries Season 2 keeps slowly rolling along. It's fine, I guess. Like I said, the more I get into the show, the less I find myself interested into it. Once again, mainly because of the big mystery. Our Mamal protagonist is still somehow not putting the pieces together despite us, the audience, knew about it in season 1.
Even though she says it clues out loud and kind of tells the audience what she's thinking about, that can't be it.
Assuming it's more of a character thing where she knows the answer, but she's telling her else not to know the answer, to ignore the answer, versus she's just became stupid all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think it's the way it's supposed to come across, but maybe depending on which language track, maybe it goes that way or another. I've been back and forth, so that's not helping. So I don't know which they're going for in that series. But slight spoiler, the villain, antagonist, if you will, from season 1 has returned. And that's where I left off on the cliffhanger. So I am curious to see what will happen with our Moriarty returning into the scene. So I am curious about that. Hopefully it sticks to the landing. But I've been a little shaky about the show in the last few episodes. But we'll see. There's time for redemption. There's always time for redemption. And at the end of the day, there's a chance this show might sneak on our Best of the Year awards anime time. And I think 2 episodes from now, that should be on our podcast feed. So make note of that. Like and subscribe today. But yeah, that's the small update on Apothecary Diaries. The other show that I watched, very different show, with Miles this last week or so, was the Peacemaker over on HBO Max season 2. This is the part of the DC universe, now the official canon of the James Gunn Superman universe.
Yeah.
Which they kind of retcon, fixed their way into that universe.
Yeah, there was that too. That was funny.
That was a funny little recap they had at the very first episode of season 2, where like, no, it was definitely this Justice League and not that Justice League. Definitely, yes. But it was kind of neat and cute to see the cameos from the Superman movie without getting to too many spoilers, I guess.
Yeah.
Despite it's like the opening scene of episode 1 of this new season. Overall, it was okay.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem is played it very safe, and I assume the reason why they played it very safe is that James Gunn himself, because he is the main director from this project, but now at the time when he started this project, that was like his little side hustle for DC, and now he became in charge of all of DC. And I think he played it safe because he's not too sure if he's going to come back to this characters in this world, or is he going to be busy doing more Superman or Batman or Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, whoever you want to pick out of the DC universe. And so it feels like season 2, he was very safe with the events and plot that occur in the season in case he doesn't have time to get back to them.
Yeah.
Because obviously having John Cena run around in a superhero comic with a gun is maybe not as interesting versus the other characters I just mentioned, perhaps, in the greater scheme of the DC universe. But he left it open also to have some come back to this universe if there's time allows it.
Yeah.
But yeah, without getting into spoilers, it was overall fine. I do think the premise is pretty fun and interesting, especially if you tune into season 1.
Yeah.
I guess I could tease it because it's pretty much like the first episode or 2 of the season, where the character Peacemaker enters into a parallel universe to his own, but it's a little topsy-turvy because in this world, he has a lot of daddy issues. But that's what happens when your father's the T-1000.
Yeah.
And in this timeline of parallel universe, he stumbles upon into his dad is like way nicer and understanding, and so that's like the hook early on is to see his dad's here and is way different from what we saw in the season 1.
Yeah.
His brother, who was not in season 1, without getting too many spoilers, he's also in season 2. And so a lot of regrets and remorse after the events of season 1, and definitely after the events of Suicide Squad, the James Gunn version.
The Suicide Squad?
Yeah, the Suicide Squad. No Will Smith edition. No Jared Leto also would help you. But yeah, it's just fine. If you invested into it and you still have that HBO Max subscription service, by the way, I called that, they were going to change that back to that name.
Yeah, we know. On the podcast.
And here we are in late 2025, but sooner, I guess it's all part of Netflix, ? Stay tuned.
Well, that's also another.
2026 is going to be an interesting year, gentlemen. A very interesting year. And the last thing of note, but I haven't really got a chance to dive into it. Maybe next time on the podcast, if time allows it, I might talk about it a little bit more. Definitely, actually, because that'll be our video game best of the year, so I have to finish it by then. But I'm reworking my second playthrough of Dispatch, which was a pretty significant game for me this year, and also seemed to be in a lot of people's.
Is that one of 3 games you played?
Yeah, there's also that. But I liked it a lot for its storytelling. This is the superhero game where you play as the not superpower hero who has a mech, basically Iron Man. But in the beginning of the game, you lose his Iron Man suit, his Hulkbuster suit, I guess.
Yeah.
And he has to now help working for the SoCal area of Torrance, California, and help.
Very rough neighborhood.
Yeah, very tough neighborhood. Get some new heroes who used to be ex-villains to get their act together and help save the day. And a lot of this is based on ex-Telltale people. So if you're familiar with the Telltale games, The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, the thousands of licensed properties they did over the years. It's very similar. Your choices matter, this and that. And as a narrative-focused person, I've been many times before on this podcast, and will continue to be on this podcast.
Right.
I had my interest with that and making you feel like your choices matter. And that's why I'm going through my second playthrough. I'm pretty much doing everything I didn't do the first playthrough. And boy, I finished episode 2 today. And yeah, I'm like, only 7% people didn't bro fist your homie, which you'll find out later in episodes, or you decided to be a jerk when you shouldn't have been in this scene. So it feels like, oh man, I'm really making I'm like the parallel time, like Peacemaker out there, the bad timeline apparently, because I'm going to get definitely against the grain, and I'm going to see if Blonde Blazer is worth the hype. I doubt it.
Here we go again with the slight tease of like, there's a choice. There's a right choice.
What can I say, gentlemen? There's a waifu out there, and there's the right waifu out there for all of us, and little preferences and biases perhaps. But yeah, I'm going through my second playthrough, and I'm curious to see what will happen, see if the flowchart is interesting or not, or am I just fucking, I don't know, bad.
Or is it like a Telltale game all over again?
Yeah, well, some Telltale games are better than others, besides that, but like it's the difference between like Until Dawn, I guess, because Until Dawn is like the flowchart's so small.
Have you got the remake of that yet?
No, and I kind of want to, and I kind of don't want to. I hear it was bad. I hear there was a cheap port they did on that Until Dawn remastered.
Yeah.
But we'll see where that ends up in my best of the year video game awards next time here on the podcast. So yes, that is it for my week, gentlemen, and I'll pass the baton over to Frank. Frank, what you been up to this week?
Well, I finished The City, the animation.
Ooh.
I liked it. Especially like that most of it was in English dub.
Yes, that also helps.
Did not like the ending. That last episode sucked for me. Where it was like a musical.
Oh, I never saw the last episode for some. I think I ran out of time. Yeah, that's what happened.
That's what happened.
And for some reason, I think because it's a musical, it switched to Japanese.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I was like, oh, well, okay, I guess I have to read now. and I was like, okay, I'll just read until they finish singing this, like
the whole episode.
the whole episode.
Yeah, that's Kyoto Animation. They love singing and dancing.
So that was a little disappointing, but overall, it was cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Besides Metroid, I watched the movie The Martian, which was nice. Not the greatest, but
Get stuck on Mars with Matt Damon.
Made me hungry.
Wants potatoes or carrots or whatever he grows on that planet.
It just makes you appreciate food.
They have to do all this?
I know.
It's gonna be playing Story of Seasons or Stardew Valley now after this.
Yeah.
Think that's all I did.
That's all you did.
I mean, like,
Christmas got in the way. Stinking Christmas.
I know.
What a great
family,
presents
things like
You had
that.
to show up and be there and support and love. Ugh, slows you down as a gamer.
You know what? You're joking, but that actually.
I mean, two can be true.
I was
Two things can be true.
I was at the the Christmas thing with my family,
Mm-hmm.
and I kept thinking like, I could be playing, I could be watching the game, and I was playing because you could take the Switch
Power
anywhere.
the Switch.
And it's just like, okay, I feel guilty that I don't see them that often. Maybe I should go talk to them.
Fine, I'll interact with these people that I love, I guess.
Also, my Switch needs charging.
But what's it for this battery? Curses.
Not gonna go interact with people.
So I actually interacted with the family for once in a while. It's been like probably like a good decade that since I've been
All the familia.
participated in the games and stuff.
Aw, spreading that holiday cheer, aren't you, Frank?
Yeah,
What a
I
softie.
guess so. But, I got this Nintendo Switch 2 case, which I love. I got an amiibo for the Metroid Prime.
Oh, we got the big bike.
Yeah.
Vroom vroom.
Which I was looking for, but then I'm like, oh, wait, I already finished it.
Darn it.
I wanted it to get the little change the radio station.
All right, Samus's iPod with Adam's song on it, of course.
Yeah.
Still my favorite joke of that episode.
I want to see if it has it.
We'll make it happen, Frank.
I got Shrek and Donkey sandals.
Oh, okay.
Or, what would you call them? Not sandals, but like really
Slippers?
slippers. There you go.
Chanclas?
Chanclas.
Mm-hmm.
Pantuflas.
There you go.
I was gonna bring them here, I was gonna bring them here and let it be my slippers for here.
Still can be, Frank. Still can be. I promise not to borrow them too often.
They're like, but I kept thinking like, do they fit in there? Because they're pretty big.
We'll get them. We'll get them to fit, Frank, if you want. We can make it so.
I'll bring them next time. See if it works out.
There you go. Give 'em a test run. Test run.
Yeah, and I was supposed to give my family a trip to Japan, but I haven't told them yet.
Like Christmas, perhaps.
I was just like, I'll tell them in the morning, and I went home and like, I'll tell them the next day. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it.
You can tell them to tune in this episode of the podcast, and they can find out this way.
Surprise!
Merry Christmas.
So we should be going in the summer.
Oh, okay.
Should be fun. I should start working out.
Tokyo. You're gonna do the or you because you've been to Japan before, right, Frank?
Yes.
And where did you go your first time around?
Osaka.
Okay.
So I want to go there. I'm not really interested in Tokyo.
Really?
But
Well, I can see that though. At the same time.
I think my family wants to go to Tokyo.
Yeah, that's the tourist
So
trap, I guess.
I think they want, like, my brother said he wants to go to the Disney.
Tokyo
Disney
Sea and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my
Well,
folks
actually,
want to do the same thing.
He didn't even know there was this Disney Sea.
Oh yeah, because there are two different parks. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, I was like, yeah, I think they have like a Disney Sea. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's more.
So I'm thinking we'll go to Osaka and then maybe we'll take
The bullet train.
the night train to
Oh, the night train. Okay.
and try to figure it out. I gotta start making some Tokyo friends.
There you go.
Good friends.
You gonna go to Universal there in Osaka?
Oh yeah, that was my favorite place last time.
I imagine that's probably one of the reasons you went. Did you go to Kyoto by chance?
I did.
Oh, did you like Kyoto?
I did.
It's worth it, Frank?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I know that's another tourist trap in
Kyoto-
Japan.
I mean, when you go to like that town or that street that's like super old, it's like a really small street.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. You see a bunch of people wearing the kimonos.
Mm-hmm.
But I like we went to a shrine which was climbing a whole bunch of steps.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. I like the street food. We went to like downtown Kyoto, which is kind of like downtown LA but clean.
Touche.
But the coolest part for me was they had music. Like just background music as you walked.
There you go. They're on iPad.
But it wasn't like somebody singing. It was more like instrumental music. It was like a bell ringing. Dun, dun. That was pretty cool. I just kept telling my friend like, "What is that?
What's going on?"
And she's like, "Oh, this is music."
All right.
So,
Just for you, Frank. Just for you.
looking forward to seeing my friend. Hopefully,
That'd be nice.
she's not busy. She wants to cut my hair, so I don't know if I think I wouldn't allow that. But
Might have to run away.
oh, I went off road.
No. It's fine.
I think I'm done with my week.
You done with your way? All right, Frank. I'll be nice. I'm sure we'll talk more off pod in between now and our other future plans to Japan, because that's also supposedly happening for us in 2026.
Sure.
2026 or 2027?
6.
26.
You're
26.
going in winter?
Fall time. Supposedly.
Allegedly.
Supposedly. We'll figure it all out. Miles, brother, tell me, how's your week been going, brother?
That's fine. Christmas has been pretty good. Someone gave me a lot of stuff. I did manage to.
Someone secured your 2026, perhaps?
Yeah, someone secured 2026. Yeah. All right.
Must have been amazing, brother.
All right. Yeah. Just gonna lay a dick there, huh, bro?
I'm just saying. Well, some people got something for one day, and some people got someone for multiple days.
Yeah, multiple months actually. While we're at it.
And what did you get him?
Cole.
But I wanted to ask, what was your favorite present?
Mine was I got a pre-order. I guess it's a pre-order for the I guess Mega Man Star Force. It's collection because it's actually coming out. So I actually have allegedly all the Mega Man Legends. I guess right. It's the last one.
That isn't Legends.
Yeah, that's not all the other ones come out now.
Well, yeah, the old because they were DS games, I guess, right?
Yeah. So the only one left is Legends. It's the only one that hasn't come out.
That's the last one.
But we'll see how.
Do love me some Legends.
And I'll see the value of that go down.
Still have the PS3 copy digitally. That one, my $200 Tron bond.
Yeah, the game I think no one has played, and we still don't know
I
what
still haven't played it. I need to play it.
Yeah, it's that. But anyway, so I started taking the pledge, and I finally started playing Yakuza 8 Infinity Wealth.
Ah, yes.
So
Mr. Hawaii, right?
Yeah, Hawaii. It's interesting. They did. It's kind of like it's more like it's like 7.5 because they actually improved a lot of things they did in 7 because it's obviously it's turn based. It's no longer the I don't know like I don't know not right. So, like, and not like old school Yakuza games, which you're fighting pretty much.
It's turn based, like the last.
Yeah, the last one, the
starring
Ichiban.
Ichiban. I was gonna say the wrong character in my head.
Yeah. No worry, Kiryu's here.
I was like, Kiryu's there.
Or
but
Joru, depends on which one you're
no.
Mathematics and things like that. So it's interesting. So, they expand a lot of gameplay. Now that you can move around as you're like waiting for your turn. So as your turn's going, you could kind of like similar to
Pokemon?
Xenoblade?
Yeah, kind of like a Xenoblade. Because you can move around before you attack and stuff around. So you actually take advantage because, you put it like in certain like weapons, things like that, like on the ground, like a cone or trash can or something like that. They could pick an item up and then use that to attack.
Maybe like Knights of the Old Republic.
Maybe I never played that one.
I couldn't stand it. I'm like the one guy in the universe who doesn't like that game.
So the interesting thing because Kiryu's here, he pretty much breaks the rules of the game.
Well, I mean that's what he does.
But it's funny because like the game plays like an RPG. Everyone gets different job slots.
Right, traditional classes.
Here's like I'm here.
I'm broken OP guy.
Yeah, it's like you can't put weapons on him. You can't. No, he only loves them through like just using them all the time. Pretty much. There's a
powerhouse.
He's interesting because he could use if you play Yakuza 0. He has those 3 play styles he has.
Oh, from that one.
Yeah, so you could switch up. So every time you have his turn comes up, you could change this to straight brawler, which is the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Rush, which pretty much you get 2 attacks, but they are weak attacks. But you could attack twice. And yellow is like I hate you. I want to toss you across the room. And he does a lot of guard break because you had to actually work guard break in this game compared to the first one, or I guess some.
Well, the first of the new ones, the first
Ichiban
Ichiban game.
He was going to Hawaii for various reasons, and he bumps into Kira, who's also there for various reasons. I talked about a little bit when I played the 7.5, the Kiryu one, the man who like with no name
erased his name 10 times over.
Yeah,
that's the thing is I can't get over that title. Like,
yeah, but
this guy's been dead like 3 times, and now we're gonna emphasize.
It is funny if you play this all the games in the series. Wow. Like, how many times we've been doing this a lot here. I already
he's been dead, retired, like
shot
too many times.
Even shot, even stabbed, even like a lot of things. And but this time though, I'm out this time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, all right,
okay.
bro.
Actually, now there is a canon reason that he's going to be gone, but I see Goku do the same thing.
Yeah, so that poor Gohan.
Yeah, sure. So Hawaii's a little different. It's a lot bigger. It's the whole island,
main island,
the whole main island.
Ooh.
So the map's huge. There's a lot of things to do there. Like anything you see here, but they have the crazy taxi event.
Oh yeah, I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it is like crazy taxi, but it is and isn't because it's a lot like you deliver it and stuff, and it's like, but you can see the bones like, oh, I see where you got this from. Even have an Axel guy.
Of course they do.
And
inside baseball.
Yeah, but it is interesting because there's a lot of mini games like to a point where it's kind of absurd.
I mean that is Yakuza, I suppose.
Yeah, but we got I literally got Pokemon. I got Crazy Taxi. I got I guess can pickup. Like you pick up cans.
No.
It's all ways to get money.
Wasn't that was it No More Heroes? I think you did that in No More Heroes.
Yeah, because Ichiban did it in 7, but they brought it back again. The funny thing, since you're Hawaii, because you're dealing with American money, so all the money switches on it from being yen to to American or
dollars.
Dollar. So it's funny to see all your money like, oh, I got like 10,000 yen, yeah. Switches
it means like nothing.
And you got like $100.
Yeah, a lot less. Not as exciting, isn't it?
And it's funny because when you get food and stuff, you go like $10.
Yeah.
When it's yen, like like 300 yen. Oh yeah, I could do like
last time I checked, Hawaii's not a cheap place to live.
And I go like $10 for like literally a pizza slice is like $10. Like okay,
come out to LA.
But because he does have his old teammates from the last game, but also he has new ones, and they all do different things.
Ooh.
And so really overall, because they did a lot like different new things, combat and a lot of things like streamline the process so that way because then people kind of like, oh, it's turn based. People kind of itch the first time around, but it's like it feels more like straightforward. It's a compromise between the two play styles, and the Q is there. So like if you feel just go to play Q and he
breaks everything,
so you're fine. So stories. I already got to chapter 5. I'm in a big giant mall. Apparently, it's a very important mall in Japan in Hawaii called Anaconda. It's like 2 stories.
Oh,
it's like a full mall. I got lost in there for like at least an hour today.
Goddamn.
Because you're trying to find one shop and it's like, oh, it's a 2 floor, and they give you.
Where's the Apple Store?
And it's bad because they give you like a map, like you go like the kiosk. They're like, oh, I'm looking for this store all the way over here, and they're like, you get lost there definitely. I mean, there's new enemy types that they're unconventional because each one imagines enemies in his head what they look like.
Right.
So to the normal world out, everyone's like, oh, what the heck this guy's doing? But he's thinking he's playing Dragon Quest pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of funny because like they'll have breaks in the moment. You see him like having a whole moment like I'm the hero. I'm gonna do like that, and it cuts to reality. And it's like, what the heck is this guy doing out here like with a bat or something? Like what is going on? So I barely got to the job system. So there's that. No, because every time you got gameplay, they give you explanations to gameplay, and there's a lot of stuff in it.
RPGs.
So, yeah, so it's a big giant meal. I have to.
Yeah, it's 100 hours probably.
So I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how these games are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to crack that like a little piece by piece, and hopefully finish by March, because then I got the pirate one to do after that.
Yep.
Which is canon.
Yeah, well, of course it is.
And then I think, is it 3 or the remaster?
Remaster 3, yeah, it's 3 now, right?
Yeah, I want to see how that plays out. Let's go. Let's think about like
3 is always the weakest one for multiple reasons, but in particular because they butchered it when it first came out here. But I think they released it a while ago.
They released it with the remaster collection,
right, on PS4.
Fully, yeah, completely.
I never went back to that one though. It's on my list.
But that comes out in February, so I'm safe.
I'm curious to see if it plays better or not.
Yeah, but we'll say that next time on the podcast, I guess.
All right. I look forward to the update because, like I said, I need to go back to Yakuza. It's been too long, and I'm way out of it at this point. Ouchies. Alrighty, then when this little pod, we're going to take a little bit of a detour, I guess, to say, because usually we jump into our main topic and talk about our animes of the season, but because me and Frank have dived into Metroid Prime 4 and finished it, we figured this might be a time to do our little spoiler talk here. Won't go too long, maybe 10-15 minutes or so. I'll try to be a good host and try to make sure we don't go too long, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm still looking for my scans, so we're not there.
And Poor
yet.
Miles hasn't finished it, but he's agreed that he doesn't care at this point.
I don't care, and I'm trying to get 100%. That's
so he's going to be a good sport. But by chance, if you are not finished Metroid Prime 4 and you're in the middle of it, by all means, use the timestamps down below and jump ahead to our podcasts. And find where you feel comfortable. For those who are Metroid Prime 4 ready to go, let's talk about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Frank, let's get to spoiler talk. What do you want to talk about, Frank? What's on your mind about this game?
The ending.
Basically the ending.
Last time
we were both pretty much towards the end where we were entering the mines, looking for that last key. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty darn close to the end until you find what you need to get to that last location, which... spoiler talk sucks.
No.
Yeah, well, I guess there isn't much to say, like, besides talking about the ending, because after the mines, it's more like, okay, get these things, collect these things.
Collect the green crystals.
Yeah.
That you haven't collected this whole time.
Which was a little underwhelming, the rewards, because the first one was cool. The stronger beam.
Yeah, that was something.
Which I thought was going to be like, all right, let me see what the next upgrade for the beam is.
Yeah.
No, that was the last one.
That was the last good thing you got out of that.
I think, and then you got like faster control beam, which I was like, I didn't even know I was going to use this anymore.
Pretty much.
You got find the crystals.
Find the crystals.
Yeah, that's
I would be nice to get that as the first one, but okay.
That was a bad one. I went like after just like I figured when they give me that, I was like, I have to find all these things.
Yeah, right.
And then somehow I got find items in the map. Cause I think I woke up a scout robot and now I could find everything.
Oh yes.
I don't know how I started looking for it.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I think I think the last upgrade is the suit, right?
Yes, the white suit.
Which I did not like how it looked.
I didn't love it as much as I was hoping to.
The design, the shape of it. What did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, the shape of it was a bit off for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what threw me off more is that it was the color of like an iPhone Pro Max. Like look at they
Yeah,
like
I can see that. I can see that.
they like to have like that white gold, rose gold.
Yes.
That's what it felt like, and I don't like that shade of gold.
Maybe she's a big Apple user.
Maybe.
Maybe. When you travel in space, you just need that freeless connectivity with all your devices.
You need the satellite link just in case.
Oh, yeah.
And then I guess just going to the ending. I have more questions than answers. I have more questions.
I have more disappointments than anything.
Because one, how did they get to that planet? Because they weren't there, right? They weren't there in the beginning.
No, they got hit by the magical teleporter stone thing in the beginning of the game. They end up to that planet for that reason? ?
And then they made it seem kind of like Xenoblade 3, where like this whole fight scene is an important scene that has to do with like where we are, what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, I felt like it didn't matter. Like I feel like it didn't even have to do anything with what was going on in the planet.
It definitely. There was a disconnect with the final moment of the game and then everything you've done for the game since then.
The whole collecting the parts and to break the shield was, I don't know.
It was dumb as fuck.
It was pretty bad.
It felt unnecessary, maybe?
Yes. It felt like it was just cheap padding to make the game a little bit longer.
Yeah. Which, okay, I don't mind. But the ending was pretty hard because the people kept dying on me.
Oh, I love escort. Don't you love escort missions, Frank? What do you mean?
It was like, I'm like, what do you mean? I'm fine. What is? I'm fine. Why do you have to start
Why can't
over?
you dodge? Or like Piccolo in the Abridgers. Dodge! Why can't you dodge?
So I was going through the fight, which he was. I like most of the boss fights. I liked. I think they were sort of unique in their own way. Not super easy. Because I died a few times in a few bosses, and especially this one. But it looked crappy. The boss. I feel like it didn't have imagination.
It was just ligaments floating.
Yeah.
It was super uninspiring.
It was and like they have those scenes in anime with the tentacles.
I was like, what are we going on?
What is he saying?
Yes.
Not
yes,
that Frank.
yes.
That Frank knows about it all. He's just saying out there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he never saw it before.
Never. No.
Or so I heard.
I heard from a friend.
Yeah.
That was an interesting fight because it wasn't figure out how to kill this guy. It was more like figure out how to not get these fools to die.
I hate it. One thing I can't. This is the thing is, for better or for worse, the Sonic the Hedgehog games have spoiled me because I just gotta go fast. And when the boss fight is waited out, I'm like, just shoot me, take me out of my misery. Because in that boss fight, you have to wait till he reverts back to his like regular tentacle form to do damage. You can't hurt him in his because he gets like the elements things and throws them back at you. But you think like, oh, I should use my element things to counteract him. No, just wait it out. Just keep dodging. So you're just dodging. Then he gets tuckered out, and now you could actually do damage to him.
Yeah.
I hate waiting.
Well, you should use the shield because you have a shield now.
I never even used this shield.
There's a shield?
Yeah.
The white suit has a shield.
I forgot about that.
But you wouldn't know about it because
I totally forgot.
I remembered, and then I was like, how do you use it again?
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you press the R2 button on that and you use 35 missiles, but you get a shield.
Oh god, that's so stupid. That's absolutely stupid.
But I like how they give you at the end of the game when you could use it during the game. They give you at the end unless you're supposed to get the crystals.
It would not help because you have to wait. Like you have to wait him out anyway. And I was just getting bored.
Does the shield protect your teammates?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Back to the final fight.
Mm-hmm.
So once it went into the other phase, it was much more comfortable.
The second phase or the third phase? Because there's 3 phases in that final boss fight.
The second one would be the one with
You're flying through the tunnel.
Oh, okay. That one was that was the phase that I call recover your HP phase.
Yeah, pretty much.
The third phase was I died a few times, but it wasn't. It was just me like, okay, so this is how this works.
Yeah.
So the other thing I kept thinking is like, now going to you beat the game and okay, let's reveal all the answers. They all die.
Yes.
Well, then why am I trying to keep them alive?
Yeah, the whole time, and you're just gonna bend them at the last second.
It didn't seem like a Samus thing to do.
No.
And I only say this because throughout the whole game, she's like always trying to be like, oh, I'm not gonna leave you guys alone. I'll sacrifice myself. And then at the end, for her to be like, all right, see ya.
And the weirdest part is before you get to the final fight, they basically have a fake out where they all are supposed to die. But nah, we're all fine, bro. But also we're all dead now. But it's like, what's the point? Kill them or don't kill them. Pick a lane. I don't care, but pick a lane.
See, the moment after when the mines and like, I got the crystal and like saw the cheapy YC, was like, you know what? I'm good. I might scan. I might finish the game Sunday, but I'm not in a rush.
Alls and alls, that ending and the whole point of it goes and like, because it's supposed to be this dramatic of like, Samus, our best friend, do it. And I'm like, I barely know who any of you fucks are. Little like you. So it's like, all right, bye later, suckers. For me, it just it didn't land at all. And I guess the game developers, story writers thought like, oh, you spent all this time with all these characters that you didn't like the first time around, that this is going to like be emotional impact for the players. Absolutely not. Absolutely landed nothing for me.
The whole thing where with that guy, the sniper guy, where you find him across the map and he like tells you a story.
Oh, that was so weird.
Yeah.
That whole section I equivalent to as I made the equivalent in the last podcast episode about Metroid Prime, where in the in Skyward Sword you have to go to the boring Skyward thing to do with the dry boring desert with the bike is the equivalent here. But then it became another Legend of Zelda game. This time, Wind Waker. At the end of Wind Waker, it's like, Link, you have to find all the Triforce pieces. And that's what it felt like all over again in that last part is, find this guy in the desert and find the green crystals. It's like, oh, man, can we just wrap up this fucking game and let's go home?
I kind of feel like I understand what they were trying to do. It's kind of like what Final Fantasy 15 was trying to do, where you go around, you spend time with your friends and make memories. You take pictures and
yeah, I guess that's
and then you see. You guys finished that game?
No, but no. I can imagine what it's going for.
Oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't type.
I know 15. Yeah,
and then Sephiroth shows up.
Oh well,
basically, I was 16 in my head. No, I play 15.
Okay, so you take all these pictures and it's optional. But if you do it, the ending hits better. Right, that makes sense. Because you get to see all the pictures you took. And if you take a picture, you know it means something like, oh, I like this spot or whatever. So and then you get to pick your favorite picture. I feel like that's kind of what they were trying to go for.
Yes. Yeah.
But it to me it didn't fit the situation they were in, because like, why is this guy going on journeys when we're all trying to figure out how to get out of here, and this guy's just like, you have time to talk.
Yeah.
So that's and then she goes like, all right, let's listen.
No, she did this.
Yeah, nothing. Maybe a nod at the very end.
She bent it down on her knee. Once
again, silent protagonists in 2025 drive me insane. Simple as that.
So they all died. Surprise everybody.
Oh no. Generic Black Sergeant.
Even though they died twice already, but yeah, sure.
And Fangirl, no.
And then I did not like her face.
I didn't even see her face, so I don't even know what she looks like.
I looked it up.
It's like I wanted to, but I was like, I don't care anymore.
No, I'm thinking I got like almost everything, and then I'm like 81%.
Yeah, I posted on social media. I think I got like,
what did I miss?
I think it was like 66 weapons and 80% scans.
Well, the thing is, because I was someone who's like cleaning the game, I guess.
Why?
Don't ask me why. Because the Metroid Prime much. That's the reason why. The option you had, there's the little bots, because that's a separate thing from the green crystals. So every area has a little electric bot.
You have to find more bots.
No, I'm saying, don't care, and that's why I have no interest.
So you zap them, and then shows all the items. You collect all the items.
I'll go on YouTube and look at her face.
Because I did that.
It's not bad. Like, I wouldn't mind getting 100% because I do enjoy playing it. It's just that at this point in time in my life, I have to make an executive decision.
Yeah,
and move on.
That's what it is. 1000%.
If there wasn't other games to play, and I'm really behind on other stuff.
Right.
And yeah, we'll play.
Maybe.
I'm stuck in a foreign country and I don't have Wi-Fi.
I don't have
Yeah, let me get everything. But right now I'm like, you know what? Let me just look it up. I don't have time to do 100%. And
is it just the same cutscene but with their face?
so I think if you don't do well, you just get her you don't see her face. If you get like most of the things, you get to see her face.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you do everything, scans and items, you get, it looks the same, but you get a extra scene at like a post-credit scene.
Bonus scene? Ridley?
Which
This is a
that would have been
Would have been good.
basically it kind of shows you why the final boss is angry at Samus.
Oh, gives a fuck.
And at this point now,
I don't even know who that guy was in the beginning of the game, and I still know who he was at the end of the game.
And honestly, it's a stupid reason.
Oh, joy.
It's like
Is it because Samus cried in his crib?
yes, you say yeah, I know that one.
'Cause that's all he says, like, in the game. Samus! Samus!
no, well,
It's like, who the fuck's this guy?
I don't really understand. This is why it's more confusing than actually giving you answers. So they're in the war place. I don't know how they're fighting, and then there's like this big energy building, whatever. And what's this guy's name? Silex?
Silex. You know that famous character Silex. You
I
know.
miss him. He was in that one game.
He gets ordered to stand down and wait for Samus to go and the team to, so that they don't barge in, like, don't be
Right.
dumb. And he goes, oh, let's all go, like, he orders his squad to go in, because I guess he wants the power for himself.
Right, glory and all that.
Samus gets there, solves the issue, and he doesn't get to
Get the credit?
get the whatever he was trying to do.
He didn't get ordered a big salad.
So he's mad at her for doing her job and solving the issue.
She's literally the only best person in the whole galaxy, by the way.
So he's chasing her across galaxies, dimensions. I don't know how.
Yeah. I don't even know how he's using portals, by the way, and how that worked. By the
So
way,
Rogers could get that pretty bad, huh?
I don't even know why he's this angry at her. Like, it doesn't really explain it to me. Like, what? Either it's a really stupid way to give you the answer, or they're trying to set up another game. Because
I hope not.
It
That's
feels like
exactly
they
my
left
follow-up.
it. They left it like, oh, wait till next episode.
There must be some Mother Brain 2 must be out there. Right? Can resurrect some other asshole from the first game or something. Super Metroid.
See, now,
something.
Mother Brain. Well, I can't Mother Brain because it's out before Metroid.
And they'll get better. Tell that to Ridley. He's been dead like 3 times.
So yeah, it's a game there.
It's a game. It's a disappointing game.
Look pointed to where it is on our game review.
I don't know. I'm
here.
struggling. Granted, I haven't played a lot of games, but man, I really didn't like that
top
ending.
3 for Ray.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Is
Out of 3 games he played.
I know. That's like the worst part. It's like I really didn't like this game. However, this is my favorite game of the year.
I like
Top 5 games of the year.
And the best part
The
is
game I
like,
can't
you can
stand.
you can see like the graph, and like down. Hi.
You know what? It's
gonna
gonna
tough.
be the game of the year because it's a game we all played.
That's the thing. Is honestly,
we don't nominate it.
I thought about it, and it's just like shit. It still has because after that ending, I was like, this game has no chance of making our top 5. But then I looked at my list and my options, and I'm like, shit. And the reason is, well, this is a game we did for the podcast, and we all played it together, and we talked about it. Shit, that's already higher than most games on this list just for that reason alone. Fuck. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble, gentlemen. Oh boy, this episode sure is juicy, isn't it, Commercial Miles?
That's right, Commercial Ray. Hopefully, hope you are enjoying our takes on gacha games, and Frank's always crazy wild tales of things he goes through this week.
I wish there was like a way for other people to like listen to all these episodes that we've been doing for several years now of the Taku podcast. Do you think there's such a place out there on the internet for them to listen?
Well, you can always check out our website at www.takuotaku.com for easy access. Though we're also on your favorite podcast listener.
What? Like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the various podcast catchers out there? Whoa, that's crazy.
I know, right? We're going everywhere. We're even on YouTube.
Whoa, are we real YouTubers, Miles?
we're nothing but YouTube shields now these days.
Too bad we actually don't charge a penny for this podcast.
But with your help, one day we might.
The true goal of this podcast. All right, so I guess we'll have to end our Metroid Prime 4 spoiler talk there on the podcast. But of course, now, gentlemen, we're going to do what we usually do here on the podcast and talk about the things we've been watching for this anime season. We find ourselves here at the end of 2025. So, gentlemen, we have our 3 animes we've all chosen to do a full review and discussion about. And you know what? I am going to be taking the lead on this one.
Oh, we get this off start with, huh?
I'm just, let's get this party started right, I always say.
There you go. Because Metroid Prime, we're talking Metroid Prime 4. It's how that.
We're on a high roll, so might as well bring up my anime of the season and talk about Dusk Beyond the End of the World.
Oh, there's something ending.
Oh, a lot of things ended on this show, let me tell you. So, to give a quick synopsis, a little summary of what this anime is about. In the beginning.
Yeah, allegedly.
In the beginning. Big asterisk there. Takes place in a more futuristic world of our own, let's say roughly 20, 30 years in the future, where AI is becoming more of a thing in the day life of everyone in Tokyo, Japan. There's a lot into the story, but I'm going to skip a lot of it. If you're curious, you can listen to our preview.
They skip out it too, so it's okay.
Yeah. Where I get into all the details of the story. But basically, the first episode of this series is an episode 0 episode. Talks about the past. And with our main protagonist, Akira, who falls in love with his childhood friend, Towa. And the interesting is that Towa, she is super genius and becomes the smartest person in the universe. Think Tony Stark on steroids.
Or Bulma.
Bulma would also work. She's got blue hair too to match for Bulma. And her goal is one day to introduce androids into modern society. But at this time, people are scared of new technology and just AI in general, let alone physical, androids walking about. I blame Toriyama for that, perhaps.
Yeah.
And so she's hoping to one day slowly integrate AI and bring cybernetics into people. And then once slowly work our way to the perfect future of androids walking among us and all singing kumbayas for a brighter future. However, there are people in society that disagree with such ideas because they lost their jobs to AI and other things of this nature.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that frustration in that during one of her speeches introducing the plan of that, someone shoots at her during a conference, basically. I'm trying to think of tactics too big. But not lucky for our protagonist, Akira shows up saving his love interest against this attacker. Saves her, ? We don't know, because he passes out because he gets hit by those gunshots. And we skip pretty much 200 years in the future where he wakes up in a facility up in North Japan. I think Hokkaido, even.
Yeah, because he's going downwards.
Yeah, because he makes his way to Tokyo as the show progresses. So it's 200 years in the future. A lot has changed. Apparently, since those years he's been asleep. It's very Futurama-esque, if that helps. Apparently, AI and robots and androids and everything between has all become a full-out World War III ? And has left devastation across the land. And so we're pretty much find ourselves in the Last of Us situation where humanity has kind of gone back in certain parts of the world, but he has this notion that maybe my smart girlfriend is still alive 200 years later because she's just that goddamn smart. But to be fair to him, to give him credit, yeah, she's really smart, so maybe she could pull it off.
Yeah.
So on his journey on the way there, he meets a android named Yuugure, who looks awfully a lot like his girlfriend. And she teases that maybe I might know where she is, but I can't tell you that's a secret. So he meets her, and along the way, they meet the antagonist of the series. There's the New World Organization. They have some name. It's called wow. It's stands for World Owen. There you go.
Just kidding.
Is it? I don't know.
Oh well.
Yeah, I can say that about the show. Oh well.
No. Yeah.
And they're the new authorities in this futuristic society of Japan, and they're not nice guys, and they're not nice guys because one of them is Dio,
Yeah.
So that's a bad sign. And they want the power and knowledge for themselves with the android. And plus Akira's knowledge of the old days, because he's the only one who still has that mindset and knowledge, because he's also a bit of a smart guy. I might have missed that.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a scientist himself.
Can't help yourself on that one, huh?
I didn't even mean to play that one. I just stumbled into that one. So after he played Norman Osborn, he decided, okay, I'm going to find my girlfriend. And thanks to this android that looks like my girlfriend, maybe we'll go on an adventure together, make our way back to Tokyo, and maybe we'll find more clues about her on our way there. And that is the premise we find ourselves in the first 3 episodes of this series. And now, early impressions and thoughts about the series. Since this was my show, I picked it. I was interested on a big epic journey to go across Japan. Now that it's been devastated by this war, I was curious to see what's going on. The opening teaser is going to be other androids of a sort that we're going to have to deal with and fight with. So I was hoping for a little bit more action-oriented stuff. You got that in like episode 3, I think.
Yeah.
Because Yuugure pretty much busts out a lightsaber and slices a bunch of fools. And so I was interested about that. I was curious to see, it's going to be more serious, kind of bloody, on the edge of, maybe like Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen, a little more violent than your typical anime fare. And to see what happens, repercussions of war, and the good and bad about AI, potentially, like a little bit more back to our own personal reality we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
And this and that. And so that's why I was kind of curious to see what was going to happen. It had a little bit of old school vibes to it. I was thinking of like, maybe like Samurai Champloo in that regard.
Yeah.
We're on a journey with some friends and foes who become, they started as enemies, become friends down the line, and on this big search and epic journey. And so that's why I was kind of curious to see what was going to happen. So yeah, without getting into spoilers just yet,
A tease.
the beginning, those first 3 episodes are the best part of the series.
Yep.
Because the big epic journey I thought it was going to become never really happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the first half of the series became very more slice of life, meeting people and their dilemmas and kind of helping with them with their dilemmas. And the more serious stuff about what happened to my girlfriend and what's up with these androids that look like my girlfriend and this evil organization that's now in power, this and this and that, becomes very second fiddle and falls apart. And the writers had no idea what they were doing when they started the series, as the more I watched the series progress. The mystery of what happened to her technically gets solved. It's not interesting. It's not bittersweet. It's not happy. So I guess I'll give it some credit on that.
Towa-san.
Oh, Towa? Oh.
Yeah, to figure out what happened to her, because that's like the mystery of promise in the very beginning. It seems like the writers got lost on what the point of the series was. And the premise they sold us on those first 3 episodes. And we started focusing more on like love triangles and
want to have incest, maybe
a little bit of that potentially. Not really, but yeah, if you want to, we can get that way if we want to get that way. It really becomes a show about polygamy, of having more than a single lover, I guess, for those who are not familiar with
different types too.
The future is they're progressive out there, and they believe in loving more than one person at a time.
It's not marriage, Ray. It's not marriage.
Yeah.
They
say that a lot, maybe too much in this show, and it becomes a big dramatic beat, and it just becomes over dramatic nonsense. And the future promises of fights don't really happen. The opening is like the most action you'll see in this series after that episode 3. Don't get excited if you're here for action. If you're looking for sci-fi and a moral lesson, doesn't really follow through on that either. It's a show that has pacing issues. It doesn't have any follow through. And even the animation was just okay. It, like I said, the best it got was that episode 3, and the rest became just okay, and did not go the way I was hoping.
Yeah.
So, safe to say, I was disappointed in the series. And to end up my closing statements without getting spoilers just yet, how would I rate this, if anything, and who would I recommend this for, and if anyone? It's tough because this isn't really for sci-fi fans, so I can't tell people to check it out for that reason. If you like love triangles and mixed up relationships that are complicated, I guess there's kind of something here for you, kind of. So yeah, that's who maybe I could recommend it for. Score-wise, if this was, if we're talking about my YouTube score days,
Come on, do it. Do it.
it's somewhere between a 1 and a 2 out of 5 for me.
Yeah.
So that it's not good. It's really not good for me. But like I said, without getting into why it's so bad and all the spoilers,
We'll get there
details,
eventually.
we might spend a little bit of time on that, but maybe not too much time because at this point I'm just kind of want to move on in my life.
No, that's why we're doing this first, I'm assuming.
So that's maybe one reason why I'm doing it first. So yes, that is my early impressions and overall non-spoiler thoughts about Beyond the Dusk.
Dusk Beyond the
Yes,
end of the
Dusk
end of the
Beyond
world.
the end of the world.
Non-spoiler. I feel like you left nothing.
Well, no details. I didn't say why it got Jad or no, just the broad strokes. Broad strokes.
It's a Frank review. I hated it. Therefore, it's 10 out of 10.
This will not. I could tell you right now, gentlemen, this will not make our top 5 of the year.
What? No.
This is not a Metroid Prime 4 situation. So let's pass the baton along to Frank. Frank, what did you think about the show? Any early thoughts and impressions?
It was great. No.
My favorite.
Well, I don't. Maybe I don't feel as strongly as you. I do feel like it was a lie. Because especially episode 0, it's like what's happening. It's interesting. I want to know what's gonna happen later on, and it seemed like it was gonna be more about the technology, the side effects of creating such things,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they go into the future, it's like, okay, a big mystery of what's going on. Let's figure out where things went wrong, what happened. We're in danger. Other androids are here.
Right. Evil organizations after us.
So and then it turned into a different show.
This is true.
Because it went from, because I feel like the first 3 episodes, you could cut those and then skip the next 6 and then go right into when they go, and then you won't miss a beat. So yeah, it's you look at the opening, I'm like, oh man, all these cool looking characters, and then I feel like the girl was useless. I'm like, why are they taking her? Like, what does she add to the group? Because they have a mission, and just because she wants to marry them?
Kind of a cute character to tag along.
I guess I can't talk about her reasonings.
Just yet.
But it just, I quickly realized that once we met new characters, it's like, oh, well, we're gonna see other characters that like the main character. We're gonna figure out, it's like we were going through the rainbow and saying, see, this is okay too. See, this is okay too. If we want to do that, we can do that. Just, everything's okay. That's
Good point.
okay. I'm glad you are open-minded, but can we head to the goal here?
The whole world government chasing us down. Lost technology. No, okay.
I'll leave more thoughts on that later because I don't want to get too much into the detail. But I did have fun. Besides the part where, okay, I had to switch my mentality because I was into like, okay, the first 3 episodes mentality, and then after that I'm like, okay, that whole first 3 episodes was just an excuse to get here, and I guess the guy wanted to say, what would be a good reason to have more than one wife?
Yeah, that is really the big thesis statement in this series, honestly.
I got it. We make AI, and then the whole world gets destroyed, gets reset, and everybody changes their mentality about marriage. And now it's fine if brother and sisters get married. It's fine if we have 10 wives, 2 husbands, and so yeah, it makes sense. All right.
Someone went on a trip to Utah. That's all I know.
And then so it was just a big old journey of meeting couples and understanding different relationships. Then we get to the ending, and I'm like, oh, so this is what happened. And then I'm thinking, I guess I won't say that, but what happened was not what I was expecting.
Exactly. I feel the same way.
And bro, not bad.
Hell no, not bad.
Bro, just skip the 4 to like.
Just skip half the series, and you're good.
4 to episode 10-ish. Skip those. But at the same time, I do feel to be fair to whoever made this, I do feel like it had a bit of a Final Fantasy 15 type of energy, where
yeah, I can see that.
you want to meet, it's the journey, and then at the end, but at the same time, like, It's a long journey. I don't know if I have time for that.
There's a little bit of that. A little bit of that.
So I'll just pass the baton because I don't want to get into too much detail.
All right, leaves you Miles. Miles, what did you think about this show?
All right. I think like we said before 3 times already, first episodes are pretty much the premise of this whole thing. She did cut those fools very fast, very easy.
It's a good part.
And you see like damage on screen. You see damage on screen before damage hits.
They didn't do that in the last Star Wars movie.
I did think the ending fights were pretty cool.
It was just a little too late for me at that
Well,
point.
it's PA work, so I expect that from them.
They can do amazing stuff, obviously, with that episode.
But, you know, it is weird, like Frank says, that it was all this whole giant ruse pretty much to say, you know what? What if we break the traditional rules of marriage and we could do our own thing? You know, there's people over there in the USA and everyone else.
I
You
hear
know,
other people out there might whave more than one lover.
why do we do that? But it's not marriage though. But we call it LC. Look,
I just
LC.
played Final
It's
Fantasy
different.
13.
You know, it's like the whole thing becomes the ratification for a certain point of view.
I feel like the guy, I'm assuming it's the guy who did this, would be showed it to his wife. See?
See? It's fine.
Why can't we have a threesome?
Well, there you go.
They're doing it.
There you go.
I did not finish it because you get to a certain plot reveal, and I was done.
I can't blame you, I suppose.
Because, you know, that's when I go. And I never, usually I'm here for the long haul.
I can come up with all this nonsense.
But you know, we get to a certain plot point.
How far did you get, brother? Curiosity.
Episode 11 for various reasons.
Oh, so you know what happened.
Yeah.
You got the twist.
I got the twist, and then I left.
Yeah, you didn't miss too much.
Because after that, the story is done. I don't care anymore.
Miles has logged out.
Yeah.
I checked out because I was holding on to the thread because I was like, okay, maybe we're getting
do something.
We're getting to the Gucci part, and then okay, no, this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get into spoilers because obviously spoilers. I think that's where we get most of the discussion. So I'm going to leave it to that.
Frank, for you, do you have a score for this series, and who would you recommend this show to? Anyone, if anyone?
I think I would give it D+.
D+. All right.
Yeah.
Anyone you think who would be into this show?
People who want to convince their partners to
Yeah.
have multiple partners.
I concur.
And I guess it's people who like relationship animes. Yeah, because it is a lot about feelings. But I don't know those people.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't say I can relate. On a personal level, I can't relate to what was going on in the.
Maybe they're like
grand
closet.
scheme of things.
They're closet about those kind of.
Yeah, maybe. I guess other people might have those thoughts deep down. I guess I can't say I have. Maybe I'm a boring fuck. So I don't know. Well, same thing for you, Miles.
Me, I'm close to you, right? I look at 2, maybe a 3 on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And the recommendation, like, it's like, hey, you want a little stuff? Want an excuse to tell your significant other? Maybe we should explore our options here.
Is polygamy for you?
You know that because they go through the whole spectrum of everybody, man, woman. We're not
we don't discourage. We're open to anyone and everyone.
But this is for a guy who's like wants to some other. So we about open relationships. What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about?
What do you mean no? What do you mean you're leaving me?
Friends and benefits? Anything? No.
The one person who represented the traditional way as a family,
the train couple.
Yeah, they made her look like the most depressed person.
It's very true.
You don't want to be her.
This lady looks miserable as fuck. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Or you're gonna be like her. Yeah. No.
It's fine, but you know,
you wanna be like this person or that person who looks happier. Side spoilers on that one, but yes, 100%. I agree, Frank. Speaking about spoilers, I guess that's where we're at, gentlemen. We're officially now on spoilers of the show.
Go ahead. Where do you want to take it from here?
Here's one of those because I don't want to rant and rave too long. This is what I do.
Want to put a timer on?
To go on
put a 5-minute timer.
And see, it's one of those like I'm kind of grateful because I didn't write down notes for this series because if I did, it'd be a whole fucking video essay.
Wait, there's a note. There's notes.
No, there isn't. But
but there's things to take notes on because the show doesn't know what's going on.
The notes of where the show went wrong. Honestly, as Frank already hinted at, you could watch the first 3 episodes and make your own story afterwards because what they promised those first 3 episodes never come back. And almost at any point later on in the series progresses of the promises and hints and things and stuff happen. Out of the side stories we got, because basically you have, 3 side stories that are the main focus in this series, honestly. Before we get to what happened to my girlfriend, is you get the mafia family story about the not brother and sister, but kind of a brother and sister relationship, if I understand the subtitles correctly.
Yeah.
You get the other story about probably the
hotel one?
Yes, the hotel owner with the 2 female lovers.
That's probably the most realistic one.
It's the most interesting one because it feels realistic into the world we were promised in those first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Of, hey, I'm doing my own thing, but also I work for this evil government, ? We're not too sure about that. And then, of course, the train couple, which was kind of interesting, but kind of falls flat, and it's just kind of depressing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it needs more screen time to do something more interesting with it. But definitely that middle story is the most interesting one between the two because they're coming out of 2 philosophies and 2 different aspects tackling the same problem. She cares about the hotel, the resort she's running as a family inn, and the other one is also cares about that because she knows it's important to her. But by staying on working for the evil organization, she's hoping to try to help protect the hotel resort. And the show wasn't scared to imply, hey, these 2 women love each other.
Yeah.
Once again, I always get annoyed with anime when they're like, they do everything but admit
they're just friends.
The same-sex relationships is a thing. Romantic relationships is a thing that can happen. So I do commend them for having the balls to make it pretty fucking obvious and straightforward about that. The taboo mafia family thing didn't do much for me. Because on top of it just resorts back to the thing in the beginning, because also what I kind of skipped over it in my synopsis, basically also in a weird way, they're also kind of brother and sister relationship, but adoptive, which is the same thing as the mafia family. And that was the weird thing I found that our protagonist Akira also related to. Me too, bro. You love your sister? Me too. And I was just like, I'm feeling more and more uncomfortable about this the more we discuss this.
Well, I'd say in that relationship in particular, the more like because it was weird because one moment they're like rivalries, things like that,
Yes.
and then like one moment like
they're just both tsundere for each other.
Akira really asked her one question. I was like, oh yes, I do love him. I was like,
yes.
And I quickly checked. I went stopped, went back 10 seconds, made sure I didn't miss anything because it was like a 180 flip.
Yeah,
maybe I do love my brother.
She flipped for the convenience of time, basically.
And I was just like. And I literally had like, what just happened? Wait, what happened? It was hard to swallow that part. And they both were like, yeah, we're going to do this for the family by staying together. Okay.
That's they keep it in the family, I guess.
I think I had similar thoughts, and
Mm.
I actually thought for a moment like, wait, is this whole anime an excuse? Did we just
Incest?
jump 200 years
To justify this?
to finally be at a point in time where it's okay?
Basically. Oh my goodness.
He wakes up 100 years later. Can't marry your sister yet? Okay.
Back to bed. Another 100 years. We'll try again. Is it okay? It's okay. Not frowned upon. All right. Let's go. Every anime fan out there, grabbing their hands and going, yeah. Finally, it's my time. It's finally my time. Yeah, so that was just weird. Well, I did find it interesting that the last story about the train couple, and just the way they portrayed that story, because like the man cheated on his wife and she just couldn't forgive him for that, which like that's interesting because it's not a very happy-go-lucky ending, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you find like it happened like a decade ago.
Yeah. Like,
So it's just like, wait, what? It just seemed like if it happened more recently, it would make a lot more sense.
well, it's weird because how they resolved, because they're like, you know what, I'm just going to take the kids and leave.
Yeah. And it's just weird because it feels like the whole reason it happened a decade ago was just for the jokes. Because he explains, like, I cheated my wife. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And, like, I cheated when she was pregnant. Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. It just seemed weird they played off for laughs versus, like, a more serious... But they lean into being a more serious part.
Yeah.
But they start off being more jokey. So it was like, pick a lane once again. So that, like I said, that whole story didn't work. Speaking of things that didn't work, the sisters that we find out as the story progresses is that Yuugure and her android sisters, who are our heroes in this future we find ourselves in, because they're the ones that defeated the evil AI, which the girlfriend was also responsible for.
Yeah.
As we get later onto that, which is a bit of a...
Well, we're getting there.
That's a lot of layers into that onion that like I said, I don't think we have time to really dissect. But I feel like there was a big lost opportunity there with the sisters, because I think it's the to give it a little bit of credit, but the core concept of the sister with the samurai sword, she was like basically the antagonist for the series.
Yeah.
Her thing is she's mad about Yuugure because their mother chose her to go with her when she left the organization and did her own thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, why you? Why not me? Why this and that? Which I think is a thing that you can relate to if you have a lot of siblings in your family. If you feel like there's a favorite in the family, right?
Yeah.
And you're not one of them, and you're like, what did I do? So I do think on an emotional level, I did like that and was interested to see if there was going to be a reason why their mom only chose Yuugure to go with her and this and that. Nope, not important. And so that completely falls flat and doesn't do nothing. The whole yandere situation with the white hair, red hair girl, Oz was the name? Amuru, yes. I don't like yanderes. Still
What's
don't.
a yandere?
Yanderes are people who are in love with a person to a certain degree that they're willing to do anything to be in love with them. I don't know. I'm trying to think what's an anime equivalent.
Usually like
You see Future Diary, Frank?
Yeah.
The pink hair girl. She's a yandere.
I guess since you mentioned her,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she was a little off. So in the beginning, right away, she falls in love. Like, oh my God.
Right, the best people ever.
Another Kirito situation where...
Absolutely.
And she's like, I want to marry you and you. Elshid. For life. Which, okay, I can get past it. But then it comes to a point where they go on a date and then she's reflecting on her feelings and then she's talking with the other people and they're like, oh yeah, you love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just like goes like, oh my God, I just realized I loved him.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you wanted to marry him without realizing this? Like, shouldn't you? Didn't this already happen? Like,
yes.
So that was a bit like,
yeah, it was a bit of a head scratcher for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I want to say about
that whole dynamic. And then,
well, that show really tried to push her.
They really, and I knew there was going to be a little bit of like jealousy maybe, but I didn't think they were going to go to full yandere level, which they do. Which, speaking of which, I guess the climax of the whole relationship and dynamic, when they have the scene with when the glasses guy turns out to be a bad guy, tries to put her mind into the sister's mind, android mind. How the fuck does that even work? On so many levels.
I don't know.
Like, I have another question. Why would you want to do that?
There's also that. So here's the thing. I assumed if we were going to go through this angle of her like, oh, I'm in love with them, but they're not in love with me because I'm human and they're androids. Spoilers. I thought like, oh, but I can put your mind. I know. I've seen Ghost in the Shell. I know how to do this, right? But I thought the creepy weird thing they were going to do is they're going to have her go into an android that looks like her younger self, right? And that's where it's going to be a little creepy and weird of like, oh, where does it draw the line? But when we do a body swap, mind meld, merge with the system, I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this?
Wow.
And let's let them like, scientifically, we have yet to explain how that's even possible in this crazy futuristic world we find ourselves in. At no point did this suggest we can do such things, but for convenience sake, for drama's sake, it's now possible.
That whole fight scene, which I like the animation, but the whole where she kept switching personalities.
Yes.
I was like, is this what they wanted, or did they want to have two different conversations because they're running slow on time?
I also 1,000%. At the biggest problem at the end of the day, what's the biggest problem with the show? This show is begging, pleading for 26 episodes. They don't got it. And they had to do cuts.
Fast forwarding a lot of like, oh, I guess we got here already.
Because, like I said, the whole evil organization, after that third episode when Dio's done, they don't exist. They barely exist as a threat in the overall universe. The sisters go into the shadows until they bump into the train. 6 episodes into this, we're like at the last 3 episodes of the series, and now we're gonna make, here's a threat to.
And then the other 9 sisters didn't even show up.
Yeah, there's the thing. There's more sisters, and you assume they died in the war. No, they're fine.
They're just chilling.
They just had no time for them. So it's like, what the fuck?
You see them at the end, I'm like, oh, there you are.
Speaking of which, that spinal twist, this and that. So after the whole split personality dilemma, nobody dies, question mark, kind of. Okay, if someone's going to have a repercussions from this, let's see here. Should it be the human being who's going through whole issues, who just has all this cybernetic hack happen to them, goes to the shell style, or the android sister who's existed for hundreds of years? Somehow it's the android girl who loses her memories, but the human girl's perfectly fine. What? How is that possible?
No, then there's the other thing where they had mentioned that once you fuse with the fem whatever,
Yes.
you can't go back, and then they went back on it?
I assumed after 200 years they cracked the code.
Oh, okay.
I assume that's that. But yeah, that whole thing, the whole fembots AI controlling Cyberdyne Terminator 2 shit with evil, AI robot person. That's like a whole story. That was just like a backstory. Like, I wanted to see that show. Give me that show where they had to go to outer space. They had to get Eggman and Sonic and Shadow to go to the space colony.
And play Live and Learn.
And destroy Ultron. That would have been way more interesting of a show than what we got here.
When they separated he's like, I'll distract them and you guys go to the library. It's like, it almost felt like the android had a better journey. Right away, a huge explosion.
And you see nothing what happened there. There's like no interesting animation or anything going on.
She's having Full Metal Alchemist episodes over there. And
honestly, yes. 1000% yes. So yeah, it falls flat. It makes no sense. There's ideas that never get followed up. To figure out what happened to the girlfriend, what happened to the real McCoy. I could keep going on, but at this point, I'm kind of just done with the show. It was a waste of my fucking time. I should have picked the girl that punches people in the fantasy world.
No, that's a future podcast episode.
Yeah. So I choose poorly. I chose gentlemen. I drank from the fancy gold cup, and I'm just like realistic Akira, just a shriveled up old shoveled man in this tube, going, "Fuck, what I do with my life."
Yeah, I do like the part when episode 11, in which they're telling what really happened. And I kid you not, like I had to start fast forwarding it because like it's going on. So now, and a year later I did
It's
this,
a whole thing.
and a year later I do this, and then every time she made something, it turned out to be worse for humanity.
Yeah.
Every time she said, "Oh, I'm gonna make this."
Maybe stop being God. Maybe stop doing that. It's not working out for you.
I know how to fix the
She
AI
has yet
problem.
to learn her lesson.
I never see a person who says like, "I can fix this."
No, I can fix it. I can fix it.
Like that. So I see instead of AI, I put APs, which I didn't know was a thing. That I saw
Sure,
it was
it is
different.
today.
And then and now she's taking over the whole universe in Ultron style. Okay, well then it's like everything she did, it's like it was a bad idea.
She did not see Age of Ultron. If she saw that movie, I think she would have made a lot of different choices.
But it was between that whole episode because I said I jumped after that one, or the fact that I'm Andrew's whole time like okay no the whole like.
And I knew that was coming, by the way.
You know what's coming?
I knew by like a long shot.
Bounce. I'm done. I'm this.
So I'm done. Frank, any last thoughts on this one?
It was almost like kind of going to what he was just saying. It was almost like a story of a villain that won, and the story is being told by his ancestors. Like, well, he wasn't that bad.
That's kind of interesting.
Destroyed the world,
A little genocide.
But in the end, she felt bad, and
That's what counts.
And then going back to the story where they went back and explained everything, I was like, okay, they're gonna show how he had to become an android because he died, or they're gonna show he's alive somewhere. Something,
anything.
And then he goes, oh, he survived.
He's all right.
She survived.
Everyone's all right.
Okay, well, he's paralyzed, so then he's gonna deteriorate, and then they said, oh, she's not healthy. Okay, they're gonna die soon.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still alive.
Everyone's alive. It's only been 200 years and everyone's alive. Okay,
so then stuff kept happening. Oh, she's gonna kill herself, and then this is, oh, she didn't kill herself. So I just kept going like, wait. And then at the end, I was like, so they had long lives together. Pretty much, you could say they lived happily ever after because they
survived the war.
They survived.
They overcome their thing. And she said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
They finished their story and they're like making us think that it's still gonna come. Like, what?
There's still more.
This story has been done, and why are we still here?
I say it's pretty bad. We probably
It's
we
so
should move
dumb.
on.
It's absolutely stupid. It's just it hopes your audience is dumb as rocks and you can't pay attention to the plot.
I was thinking, okay, so they didn't get married because they got shot, and this is a story of them finally meeting in the future or
Yes.
something. But they did survive. They
had a whole happy life together, basically.
So this is the story of our androids getting married.
Yeah, which is also weird. The more you think about what are we going for here.
It just gets too not silly. Oh,
weird.
And so, okay, let's just say, okay, that whole thing, it was weird, and let's just throw it out the window. And it's really a story about relationships and finding your partner in life. So Akira is a traditional guy. He wants to marry one person. The android just wants to marry Akira, whether it's El Sheet or getting married, I think.
yeah.
No, she wants
Marriage.
marriage.
Okay.
Everyone else in the world was okay.
Everyone else is the other one.
The other
They want
one-
the old school method.
The other one wants
the new version.
the new version. And then like, okay, so scratch the first 3 episodes. This is about them explaining to the little girl that that's not
We don't
That's
swing
not
that way.
that's not right.
We don't like Utah.
And it was almost working. And then at the end, it was like, you know what? I think she was right. At the very end, they had it already like they won. At the very end. All right,
Yeah.
all right, we're in.
And I don't know why there was that 7-year gap. Also, by the way, it's just like One Piece has a time skip. Why don't we have a time skip?
I think that was more. They're like, she looks like a little girl. Maybe let's make her grow up before we actually marry them.
There you go. That's because that was my concern.
Yeah.
The brother and
So-
sister thing, no problem.
They were going to do other things with that character this whole time, but now their marriage now she has to grow
Oh,
up
yeah.
now. Okay.
Now she's over 18. It's fine. It's kosher.
In the world in which they're doing everything else, but now, oh no, that's wrong.
I'm starting to think Dio was right.
You know what? The whole time we're just following the villains, and
Yeah, makes sense.
because it's for a show that's trying to make everything inclusive and okay,
Mm-hmm.
it just confused. It confused me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the author got his wish.
Yeah, it like I said, lost the plot. Didn't work for sci-fi fans. Like I said, if you grew up in Utah, maybe I got a show for you.
Yeah, there you go. That got a 5 out of 10.
That's my highest remarks for that title I picked this season, gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's a little too progressive for me.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not
So,
that
don't
forward
worry.
thinking just yet.
I guess I guess that's gonna be the top 10.
Our kids will love it. What's the line from Back to the Future? Kids will love
The
it.
kids are gonna love it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's find things. Hopefully, then we were a little bit more in love with this anime season. Let's go to Miles's show of the season. Miles, tell us all about. Wait a minute, I can look it up here. I'm a smart man. Tell us all about a mangaka's weirdly wonderful workplace.
It's about the manga. So basically, to start off, the show's by people who made Aqua Trip, Void, the studio
The
before.
studio behind it. Mhm.
So it's very colorful, as you can see.
Another purple hair protagonist.
There's our purple protagonist, Futami, who's
They don't have the weird eyes though.
no, they don't. Well, that's fine. I think that's more of an Aqua Trip thing. No, I just expect all their productions do that. So she's a mangaka, a shoujo mangaka who's currently in she's in a shoji manga in a magazine, pretty
Mhm.
much.
For serialization.
But she stresses out half the time. She's a mess. She stresses out. Only chapter 1. Every chapter she's fumbling, stumbling her way, kind of just doing stress. Like she has her sister who pretty much does most of the work for her, who kind of is like the straight man of the group.
Yes.
I was like, I gotta deal with this guy, her every day, stressing out about the smallest little things.
She has a lot of social anxiety, I guess.
Yeah, I love what she's wrong.
Yeah. This definitely is a little bit like that.
So maybe I don't know to deal with an editor, and maybe I'm trying to do manga things. Like going through the first book publishing. Trying to make a nerd magazine, cheating going to different magazines.
Right, she gets other offers. Well, it's the same. It's a different magazine, but under the same publisher, the same company.
Well, because she starts in manga because she started as assistant, and once you get
She worked her way up to
to
get her own series, and she's the head leader of her own serialization, and she has the one assistant to help her get across those weekly deadlines, or I think it's weekly.
Hers is a monthly one.
Oh, monthly. Okay.
No, her senpai, her other
Was weekly.
was weekly, and no, hers ended because of various reasons. But like I said, a lot of characters, there's a lot of wacky things going on. Her stressing out over like the smallest little things, storyboards, putting a cover together, life in general. She goes through it all. And then her editor, I guess pretty much is her rock, or how you look at it. They have an interesting relationship between each other.
She's very stoic, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe is not the most socially inept person, also, but in the opposite way, I guess.
Yeah. So it's a dynamic between the two and all their co-workers and cohorts. And they try to
put out a new comic every month.
Day. Yeah. So that's pretty much the gist of it.
All right, that's our premise. So look forward to that. Miles, tell us your early thoughts and impressions about this one.
Off the mat, of course, colorful. Do you like the witty dialogue? Because her stressing out reminds me of, like bullshit. Again, a lot of like it's almost like voice acting work, I guess. Because you had to be like super high, like stressing over everything, and pretty much her assistant, pretty much one who's the
she's always calm.
The Watson of the group, like kind of
yes.
Calm down, and it's like and she's reacting, going like, "You're stressing over this? What are you?"
Yes.
And it's the straight person in the group, and we're watching like their interaction with each other. It's like like, well, this is like you gotta do another chapter next month, and she stresses out, getting popular. She has like a consultant she deals with about her manga.
Yes, a professional shogi player to help her make her shogi manga.
And her like dealing with like overwork, because a lot of her work is all computerized now these days. There's no like
there's not they're not drawing on actual paper.
And some assistants are off site per se. So that
oh yes.
And I said overall, it's basically what manga goes through. Like when you get your first book published, how like the cover of your first book, how does that work out? How does like your the receivement, like a lot that. In a weird way, it sometimes adds some of the things people don't know about mangakas, I guess, in a way. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's about
when it gets it together.
It can be about the industry and what it takes to actually make a manga.
Getting sick, worry about your assistant getting injured, and like gotta make sure like to deal with that. It sometimes it does have more fun, but sometimes it does serious things that mangakas go through. I said I enjoyed it. Shock to nobody. I give it like a 7, 8 on a good day, because there's some there are some funny moments because it's here just melting, like literally like she
becomes a blob,
and then the opening is the best part, because you see the editor just sighing as she like just melts away. But it's what the show is supposed to do.
Well, that's what it is.
We're not talking about relationships, or we're talking like should I LC everybody around here? Though it is more Yuri toned.
I was gonna say, and also I didn't bring it up, but also since now you brought it up, perhaps maybe a wee bit.
But it's going like,
we promise nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the most show because it's not some of Maka's job, even more so because of modern setting, book publishing, what it takes to do that, how like stresses like trying to do things by yourself or as a small group of team trying to like do certain things,
make something happen.
So yeah, there's certain aspects I like in the show, but obviously it's like every Miles show as we on this podcast. It gets the same rating. We all know what it is.
10 out of 10. Girls being girls, cute girls doing cute things, perhaps. And if there's a plot line in a story, sure, that's a bonus. Well, now we know how Miles feels about it. Frank, how did you feel early on about this one?
I felt that after watching the first episode, I feel like I watched every episode.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. I think it was just I was just too tired for it. I found myself watching the same part over and over again because I kept falling asleep.
Wasn't exactly kept you entertained, let's say, or awake, perhaps.
Well, it's just because I kept seeing the same thing. Like, she worries, she's not good enough, she's like. And I felt like I've seen it a lot. So it was just like, come on, show me something new.
What else you got?
Give me a new move.
Show me your moves. Captain Falcon out here.
So it was but I think if I was not so tired and maybe more in the mood think I would enjoy it a little more
Mm-hmm.
to just because looking at the details, like the details of the opening, the details of how they're feeling in regards to each other. But most of it just went over my head.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just it's a nice safe pick. Get those singles in, like no home runs. Maybe a double one.
Maybe if you're lucky, if someone on the outfielder bumbles the ball,
Yeah.
kicks it accidentally,
or drops it or goes to the end and lets it bounce the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Does like
yeah.
the Yankees. Sorry.
There it is.
So that's how I feel about it.
That's how you feel about it. Any score or recommendations for this one?
I would give it a C+.
C plus. All right.
C+.
Okay, I'll take that. Frank, I'll
Recommendations.
take that.
If you're looking for something light that makes you laugh, you don't want to think too much, then this is what you're looking for.
All right. I'll take that. For myself, early impressions and thoughts about this series. So I remember the preview of Miles gave of the show, and sure enough, I watched those first 3 episodes, and pretty much it's what he described it as. This is exactly the way what I got. That's the way I interpreted. So no, surprise Pikachu faces over there. The problem is what this kinds of series,
Buckle up.
yeah, they tend to go a couple of ways, and only a couple of ways. It's either a more serious tone about the inside of the industry, like was it Bakuman?
Bakuman, yeah.
Or Shirobako was the other one.
That's the better one.
That's the better one. Well, one talks about manga, one talks about anime. 2 different things,
yeah.
right? But this is more about manga, obviously being a mangaka. Or it's about cute girls doing cute things. And in the background, there's drama, but we solve it pretty easily through shenanigans and pure luck and coincidence.
Yeah.
Kind of like a K-On, if you will.
They're classic.
And those really like the 2 ways it could really go. Or the third option really being is it's not really about those 2 things, but what it really is about is a romance.
Yeah.
Perhaps a forbidden romance, a taboo romance, even with
1 or 2 more partners.
yeah, with 2 genders, or the same gender liking each other. Yeah,
the LC together.
They want to LC together, huh? And so that's how I was curious about the show early on, is where is this going to land on those 3 options? Is it a romance show? Is it an industry show? It's just being silly and cute and rolling till credits hit, till we get credits in 12 or 13 episodes. And I didn't know for a long time where it was going to land. And I'm watching, I'm placing bets like, shit, where is this going to land, this and that? Without getting spoilers, for people who are curious if this is up your alley or not. At the end of the day, what I saw, and I think technically there's one more episode out that before they're recording this podcast, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but assuming it didn't drag everything turn upside down, it does land a little bit more in the serious tones of what it takes to work in the industry, which out of those 3 choices is my favorite option.
Right.
But the problem is it takes a little too long to finally decide we're going to land here.
Wow.
Because in the beginning, it seems like it's going to be about cute girls doing cute things, but it doesn't really become that. And the mid part really seems like it's going to be about the mangaka falling in love with her editor ?
Or the editor falling in love.
Either they both work. Whoever you want to, who was in charge, and this and that, who's the blah blah blah. But it tends to stay away from that. So if that's what you're looking for, I guess not a recommendation for you, sadly. I liked it, the last few episodes about the series, a little bit more than the beginning and the mid part, because it focuses more on the industry part, and it shows the grand scope of things of being a mangaka and all the aspects of it, without getting into all the details just yet. So in that regard, I did like that. Is it enough to justify 12, 13 episodes of this? I don't think so.
I'll take that. That's better than I usually say.
It's fine. It's the most I've seen.
It's a nice bunt. It's a nice bunt single.
Yeah, definitely a butt single would be the way to describe this show. So knowing that's what basically the show is going to be at the end of the day, in case you're curious and you don't know which way the show is going to be after those first 3 episodes, that's my summary of what's going to occur and what you might be interested in. So who would this be for? If you are looking more for a more serious show about what it takes to become a mangaka in Japan and all the different people it takes to make something come alive and the trials and tribulations you have to face of being a serialized manga creator. But at the end of the day, it's perfectly fine, and I don't know. On a good day, a 3 out of 5. On a more realistic day, probably a 2 out of 5.
Hey, it's higher than the other one.
It's yeah, I will probably say that it is a safer choice compared to this in our previous anime discussion. So that is my thoughts about Mangaka's weirdly
wonderful
workplace. I was gonna say the opposite, but that title is what we're gonna go with here. All right, gentlemen, we're finally at spoilers for this series. I'm curious how much spoilers we're gonna have in this one.
Probably none, because
If any at all.
See, the problem like a show like this, like the kind of stuff when I get those notes in my shows, when we get into this
Indeed,
situation,
this is definitely a milestone.
you know, there's not really much to really spoil because it's mostly just jokes and funny ha-has. You know, it's hard to like go, let's recap everything fun, because I think we did that before with
Well, I mean, it is a comedy series, and
yeah,
you're gonna make what you're gonna spoil is the jokes.
yeah. But I am surprised at the amount of depth when they do put the serious topics in there. You know, they actually do go, no. How do you feel like when your series gets canceled? You know, it goes through that too with the other girl.
Yes, which is the most interesting character and the character I like the most in the show.
Yeah, because
Was Nashadi or
the drunk girl.
yeah.
And she has a reason for it though.
Nashida, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Because she is the most realistic character, it feels like,
yeah.
who is a little bit of a drunk, a little bit of a
Centric.
yeah, but I don't know. She's a needy person, I guess.
Yeah.
And where she kind of needs someone to talk to and get that support, this or that, and she has someone she needs to bitch about to someone when she gets drunk, basically.
Yeah.
And most of the series she's just hanging out in the apartment building as they're actually working, and maybe once in a while she'll actually get up and help them.
That's funny when Hassan was. I was like, what are you still doing here?
Yeah, you're still. Don't you have a life? Don't you have an apartment?
Aren't you gonna go? Isn't you working anything? Oh, has that happened yet? Like everyone was going, aren't you?
Yeah, she's just hanging out with like her Switch, just chilling in the background.
It's like, aren't you at work? Don't you?
But like, I thought that was the most interesting aspect because she's the one who had the series got canceled and trying to figure out what to do after this and this and that, and what it is to have maybe an editor that doesn't support you.
Yeah,
which is actually pretty funny. I like how it's the only male character, and the only male character in the series is also just the antagonist of the whole series.
Also the realist one too. At the same time,
men are the worst. Am I right, fellas?
but he was right. Don't copy.
That is That's my speaking about my favorite joke of the series. Easily where the editor. He's reading what's popular that week and telling his other creators, mangaka, being like, "Why don't you steal from Demon Slayer? I mean, get inspired by Demon Slayer or whatever." Popular thing. I was like, all right. And the way he pauses, like, no, don't rip off. Inspire.
Yeah.
It's like nice.
Yeah. Other than that, and the shoji and like because there are a lot of like the downs and the beats and ups, and like different characters. Like, there are a lot of characters I thought would be here. Like, but there's a point to it, because like you realize, there's editor in chief.
Right. There's other.
There's a designer who designs a cover, which is a different person, which I never thought of.
Yeah, no, that's a thing.
So it's a lot of things, and like
it shows. Like I said, as I mentioned, the non-spoiler talk. It takes a lot of people to make this happen, right? Not just the actual author, if you will.
Yeah. So
I do like that.
It is what it is. It's a comedy show that has a little bit more reason than I thought it was going to have for a comedy show.
Alrighty. Then I guess for myself, I'm trying to think of anything else of note. Like I said, that was my favorite character, was the author who's actually going through it a little bit more than the other ones.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious of what the point of the young illustrator, the one who lives in Aomori.
Yeah.
She like shows up in a scene, and then she shows up in like one episode. Like, I appreciate the thought of like it takes once again more people to get to the goal line, the finish line. But the whole like she's like kind of like a hikikomori ?
Well, the problem is
they kind of like pass that to the side, like, she doesn't see anyone.
And the problem is a lot of things that happen in a show is like mostly in the world of adults, drinking and
right.
And I feel they don't want to have a minor there because they might complain.
Yeah, I guess but it's just like, why, to the point of like, just cut her. I feel like she didn't do enough to justify her point in the story, I guess.
Yeah, it is hard, but I understand why, because there are certain things.
Right, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to get them. Because they even pull that up when they realize like, what, you're 16. I think she's like 16 or something like that.
Yeah, 16. Because oh boy,
it's like, oh Jesus Christ, I'm talking to a minor. Oh my God. And I didn't realize that and this and that. So like I said, it's kind of weird. And plus, because you assume because she briefly says it, like, oh yeah, I quit high school and I don't go to school anymore. Because it made me think of, what was it, Jellyfish? Yeah.
Oh,
Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night with that character who's going to and that's a whole dramatic beat in that series later on. In it's
probably the best character in that one, right?
Yeah, still probably the best character in that series. And so I just thought, I feel like there's potential here, but we're not doing anything to justify it. So either, do something or get the hell out of the room.
Well, I think one of the things they could probably address it later on, but obviously I don't think this is going to another season or something like that.
I'd be very surprised. One small thing of note, I guess I did appreciate in line, which I don't think I can't think many other anime shows discuss this. Well, there's a couple actually. Silent Voice comes to mind. And I thought at first it was a very throwaway line, but eventually it kind of comes back into the series later on, where I'm trying to remember why she explains it, but she basically explains the fact that the mangaka, the creator herself, she learned sign language because one of her family members has
deaf?
Is deaf, I guess. So I'm trying to think what's the more generic tone, but she has hearing issues. Yeah, I guess. Where she has to go do a book signing for a new release of the volume of the series she's working on. And one of the last fans, the guy mentions oh, there's one more ticket, but I guess they're not going to show because of the weather or something, this and that. But it turns out that last person is a young girl student, I guess of some sort, who is trying to make it for the signing of the... And it turns out she can't understand one of the employees there because she's wearing a mask. And she, too, herself is deaf of some sort. And can understand and read her lips and understand what's going on. And I do like the fact that the mangaka kind of realized what's happening and does a little bit of sign language to explain the situation, saying oh no, I'm still here, everything's fine, you're in time, and this and that. So I thought that was a interesting little aspect, a little bit more social commentary that I didn't expect the show to even tackle.
Yeah.
It's very brief and very small, but I guess I'll take it.
Well, I think you always want to try to do something unique, right, when you're doing these things, and so it's nice to see other aspects that maybe the author kind of dealt with or something like that, incorporate into their stuff.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious if that's also maybe a personal reason for it, because I feel like that's probably it. So I'm just I'm glad we set that up and we did something with it. I guess at the end of the day, it's a very small, minor thing, but anytime you represent people who maybe don't get enough proper representation. That's good for me.
Yeah.
So cheers to you, mangaka creator in her wonderful, wacky workplace.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the thing of note I could think of about this show. And with that, then, gentlemen, we're on to our final and third anime of the season.
The most timeless timeless anime of the season.
Yes,
you would say.
Indeed, fitting for the time we find ourselves tuning into this episode of the podcast. Frank, tell us all about Sanda.
So, how do I paint this? Because I'm also a little confused about certain things. Anyways, there's a school, and there's a bunch of kids in it, and we're in this world where apparently kids don't age.
There's less kids.
There's less kids. They don't age. Adults are super old. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
But basically, it follows this kid named Sanda. And he gets attacked by this super tall girl. What's her name?
Fukukawa? I just called her Tim Burton character.
Yeah.
By Jackal.
Jack Skeleton.
Jackie Skeleton.
Her sister. His sister.
Well, he gets attacked by this student. No, what do you call it?
A classmate.
Classmate. There you go. She explains to him that he is Santa Claus and that he can either wear this red jacket, which he refuses because he hates red.
Yes,
if I recall correctly. And so she says, "Okay, I'm gonna stab you, and you're gonna become Santa Claus, and you'll see that I'm right."
Yeah.
That happens.
That does happen.
He does turn into Santa Claus, and basically she did that because she believes that Santa Claus can help find her friend, her other classmate, who went missing, and they think she's dead. So that's pretty much
the plot.
That's
what we were promised.
Like if I say more, it was just going into what happens in the show. What else can I say about it? So when he turns into Santa Claus, he becomes old, I guess.
Yes, he becomes
and strong,
as you described in the preview. He becomes Garp from One Piece.
Garp, there you go. He's Garp.
In underwear, by the way, for some reason. He has no shirt or pants for some reason. He added one. I guess he's like the Hulk, and they get destroyed when he transforms.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's the what do you call it? Premises?
Yeah, that's the premise.
Early thoughts. I was worried. I remember I was worried about the violence in the show. I was less worried after I watched it, like the first few episodes. I had hope because of the Christmas theme, and I'm like, I want to see where they went. What was their take on Santa Claus? How they handled the different lore and how they incorporated into this modern Santa Claus. As the show went on, I was getting more worried.
Oh no.
Because it started tackling things that I was getting a little
Uncomfortable with?
Like little girls falling in love with old men. Which, to their credit, they mention it that it seems wrong.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, like, if it didn't feel like Dusk, where it was like
I was gonna go there. If not, I was going to.
It didn't feel like that, where it was like, let's try to make this okay. It was more like, this is wrong.
This is weird and wrong.
But it just went into sometimes a creepy way of showing that.
Perhaps.
Maybe perverted ways.
Yeah, there was better ways to handle that situation.
So that had me worried, where it was like, where are we going now? Like, and then near the end, I kind of leveled off a little bit, but what I thought would happen happened early, and then the show went somewhere where I wasn't thinking it was gonna go. Not super excited about the ending, but at least it's an ending. And my favorite parts of the show were the little jingles you could hear sometimes.
The Christmas Carol songs.
I mean, I did like certain characters, and then like the tall girl. I liked a lot of things that she would say. I think she made sense.
Fuyamura.
Hard to say. The guy that ended up being like a substitute teacher or whatever.
Oh, the assassin.
Yeah. I thought he turned into a character that wasn't annoying.
Yes, that was one of the better highlights.
Surprisingly, because I thought it was gonna be more of a villain of the week type of show. And like everybody stuck around.
Yes, no. Nobody left. Exactly. Yeah, I thought it's same as I thought we were doing like Sakamoto days or something like that, but no.
It's like, wait, you're
still here.
So that was like, okay, I guess you're putting use to the characters.
Wow, we stuck. You're the chosen one. All right, he's the chosen one. All right, see how this goes.
Because I thought they were gonna kick that guy's butt really fast. The old principal, is it? They did not.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's overpowered.
Yep.
So yeah, I think my rating is a roller coaster of a rating, but I think I would give it I also give it a C+.
C+. Okay. Anyone you would recommend the show for, or people to stay away from if they don't like certain things?
I think if you're afraid of graphic, not graphic, but like very intimate scenes.
There's a little uncomfortability for sure.
Yeah, it went very. Or if you want to see that, then go ahead.
Exactly. The opposite could also apply.
If you like the tentacles grabbing girls.
Yeah. How much do you like Metroid Prime 4?
Never. Frank does not know about that at all. Frank just heard about it on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm told.
I'm told by a friend, of course.
I'm told. So it's a bit hard because it's on the borderline of me recommending it. I think if they have a season 2 and it has like a conclusion, I can finally say, okay, watch it. But as of now, I feel like it just stops. It doesn't feel like it has a real proper ending. Because, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it concluded properly to me. I want to say no, I don't recommend it, but at the same time, if you do watch it, I wouldn't feel you waste your time.
All right.
So, it's almost there.
Almost there. It's almost on the cusp.
Almost there.
Maybe the season 2 will push you one way or another, perhaps.
Yeah.
Just say, all right, well, that's fair enough. Season 1. That's the problem with season 1s these days. All right, Miles, let's ask you, what did you think early on about this Sanda show?
Well, knowing off the bat, sign sorry once again.
Yes, the Dan animators and people
and
working
it
over
sure
there.
is like a spin-off of Dan, doesn't it?
Yes and no.
There's certain aspects once you get like halfway through episode 1 or something like that, go this is where we're at.
Yeah, I get the eroticism of it all.
No, not the eroticism, but the fact that the the idea of something fantastical in terms like he's a Santa Claus, something like that.
Yeah, I guess. But I guess I don't want to say my part yet, so sure.
And the more the fact that when he goes, oh, and then the music, I'm like, and then there's like a big moment, like what's going on. And I tried something that has explain about how the world is. Well, okay, granted, an issue with the show we will get to later on is the fact that the show like feeds information bit by bit every episode, rather than give you the whole spiel to start with. Like, oh, and this is why the world's like this, and like here's aspect of the world, like the world's the way the world is now.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the show, at the end of the day, becomes more of a show, not about Santa and the world and the kids growing up. It's about basically puberty and how it changes, children's thoughts from being how the children navigate through that, That's what the show really becomes more about than as the fantastical Santa Claus is going around
doing Christmas miracles.
Doing Christmas miracles it's a more of a show talking about more of children, how they deal with complex emotions.
Adolescence, man.
Yeah. I'll give it like a 6 because, although it does portray certain ideas of that, it's sometimes it flirts between like, what exactly we're doing here in terms of, are we focusing more on serious stuff, or we're supposed to be more shonen, more Santa's getting a power up boost and we're,
yeah, no shonen jump, leveling up.
Leveling his way through the whole place, right? It's a shonen and a shoujo at the same time. It doesn't know which way it goes half the time. It leans to one way about feelings and about emotional stress and a lot of emotions about it, like most shoujo does do. Shonen's like, and I only see I punch this guy really hard with like
big Christmas tree.
Santa energy,
Santa energy. I'm gonna write that one down.
Yeah, but it teeter totters between that, so it's kind of hard. Like Frank mentioned,
right?
Before, like,
who would this be for?
Because it does one of it. You want the shonen stuff? The shonen stuff here. If you want more feels and stuff, the feels are here too, and more like intimate scenes.
I guess to be fair to it, it did have like, because usually when you see stuff like that, it's like, oh, they're just trying to add it for the fan service, and for this one, I guess I could say it wasn't just fan service. It was kind of like part of the story it was trying to tell. And I never thought I would see something like this.
Yeah, they actually there's a little bit more to it than just cheap clickbait or however like you said, fan service. There's a more of emotional reason for things to occur that might be interpreted that way, I guess.
It has more deeper questions than the surface level shonen part, I guess.
All right, fair enough. I guess for myself, early thoughts and impressions. It was, I guess, kind of. It's weird, but it's supposed to be weird. So there's that. But I guess here's the weird, like how funny, weird. How much am I going to say weird in a sentence? Funny enough, despite its weirdness, I didn't find it weird enough. And I think the biggest reason for this, because I knew in the credits it tells you it's Silent Saru, who are the makers of Dandadan. And Dandadan's pretty more out there, both in plot and what's happening and the shenanigans, and even the animation too. So that's the problem, is I saw that and I'm like, ooh, so it's going to be like Dandadan. And it really, like, it's a little bit of Dandadan to it, but not enough. And as I mentioned before in this podcast, I like shows that are going to be out there, far-fetched, wacky, crazy, insane. I need them to be at 11. Because if they're just at 9, I find them to be boring. It's more of a 9 than 11 for me in this series. So the Santa Claus weirdness and him transforming into an old man and having, this is pretty early on, so I'm going to describe it, him having sled skis pop out of his feet, like, I don't know, Inspector Gadget style or something of the sort. I just found it not as interesting or fantastical or weird at the end of the day. So I was losing interest in his superpowers. And so the other aspect of the show, as you hinted at, Miles, is the whole like intimacy you have with the other characters of what it is to be a teenager and adolescence and figuring out what it is to love somebody or like somebody more as a friend, however you want to phrase it. And I do think that landed a little bit better for me, a little bit more interesting, some of the aspects that get to it, but there's a little bit of there's some fantastical elements behind that I can't talk about it yet till we get to spoilers, that sometimes it worked for me, sometimes it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And as Frank already also mentioned, so there's that aspect, and a kind of parallel next to that, there's also sometimes a weird aspect of what if I fell in love with Santa Claus and what that means, And the show would definitely try its best to be like, no, that's weird and don't do that. But also by bringing it up, it kind of implies maybe you should, maybe you could. It's up to you to decide if it's right or wrong.
Well, don't marry, just Elsie them. No.
Yeah, Elsie. So yeah, that it just I kind of wish the show would step a little further away from even implying it at all.
It's kind of like when you say don't be racist, and then they're like, well, I wasn't thinking about it,
but now I am. Maybe exactly. So that's what the weird thing is. Like, just don't acknowledge it. The less you acknowledge it, the better I think we'll all be for it. I didn't like the fact we didn't have villains of the week. I wanted and almost needed villains of the week because the main bad guy, being the headmaster, whatever he's called, didn't do anything for me on many levels. And the mystery we're promised in the very beginning gets solved a little sooner.
Yeah.
And what is left behind the mystery, I lost interest in the show. They tried to fill it up with other things, as I kind of already hinted at, and I didn't mind those things, but I guess I was hoping the story to be a little bit more, once again, kind of like the Android show we talked about. I thought it was going to be more of an epic adventure of, like, what did happen to that classmate of ours, and the mystery is something nefarious happening in the school in the background that nobody wants to talk about, some hidden taboo, some, I don't know, when they cry, or Promised Neverland situation.
Yeah. I was thinking that she got kidnapped or something. It was just she went to puberty.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, that's what happens.
Ran away.
Yeah, and it's just one of those, I could kind of appreciate it, but at the same time, it almost seems like, what's the point of all the Santa Claus magical fantasy nonsense? At the end of the day, we want to do a more intimate, private story of what it's like to grow up and to fall in love and genders and all these other kind of things that you could go along with this, right? Because I remember other anime shows that kind of tack this a little bit better, and they don't have the fantastical Santa Claus ho-hoing his way around the classroom and having evil Michael Jackson from Demon Slayer becoming now a headmaster, still doing like the same thing about chasing youth and this and that. So yeah, a very mixed bag at the end of the day for this one for me as well. So do I have a score? Anyone I would recommend the show? Completing season 1. There is a potential season 2, but I don't think there's anything official just yet. For me, it would land a 2 out of 5. It has some good ideas, but I feel like we lose a lot of potential in the series at the end of the day, due to the fantastical nonsense, because it's trying to do 2 things, but in my brain, I want one or the other. Both does not work for me. And who would I recommend for? If you're looking for more of a personal story of adolescence growing up, despite its early premise and the opening this and that, and knowing it's Science Saru and the Dan people in the back of your head, if you're looking for, like I said, more intimate, private story, figuring out who you want to be as you grow up and what it means to become an adult and to be a kid, the differences of growing up, the trials and tribulations, once again, of all that, I think there's something here for you if that's what you came for. But if you want wacky, over-the-top shenanigans, crazy action and animation, yeah, I did not reach that threshold as I expected from Dan, but maybe blame Dan? Question mark on that one. So yeah, that's my recommendations without getting into any spoiler talk. Speaking of spoiler talk, Frank, anything you want to talk about in Sanda that we haven't discussed just yet?
Well, I guess I'll just mention some more thoughts about it. So I feel like the violence was a little over the top and it didn't make sense sometimes. So like Class 10, I'm like, why are we allowing Class 10 to exist?
Yes, Class 10 who are murderers.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, they're kids, but does it mean they should just be like, I feel like they were I forgot what movie it was, but the guy that goes, diplomatic immunity. Like, I feel like it was like just a bunch of...
I think it was one of the Lethal Weapon movies.
It was just like, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. So that's the weird thing is this universe, this world we find ourselves in this series. It's different, obviously, from our own, where children are in decline and they're seen as almost as like god beings, I guess, in this universe. And it's okay if they commit crimes; they're kind of forgiven. It's fine, no problem. But if an adult tries to hurt them, then that's throw them away, lock them up, and
And then going to some of the stuff you were mentioning, where the Santa Claus thing, it felt like it was going somewhere, and then it just stopped. It kind of stopped developing, like, because it in the beginning it was like, oh, I'm getting this skill and I'm getting this, and it's just he stopped developing. I felt like he needed to be when Santa shows up, it's to solve the problems, and that's it. Bad guy loses. I'm gonna teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like I'm still Santa in training, and me transforming does nothing for it. I'm not gonna beat the bad guy. I'm not gonna give you words of wisdom because I'm still a kid.
Yes.
So it kind of feels like I don't need the Batman from the new Batman. I need the experienced Batman. So yeah. So that's what I felt like. Even when he transformed, like transforming should be a cool thing, and they didn't make it a cool thing. They made it where like he's still in training wheels, and the way they were trying to explain it, I guess the way my mind should be an inspirational figure, and he wasn't. He was just the guy,
just an old man.
Yeah,
in his underwear running around for some reason.
Yeah, so I think if they would have made him a little more overpowered, it would have made a little more sense. Maybe I don't have the answers, but it needed to be incorporated a little bit better into the story. All those fights, they seem useless because they felt they were going nowhere. Like, oh, fighting, and nobody wins again.
Draw.
So it's like, hey, if you're gonna fight.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Master Chief would have finished this fight.
Like you were saying, like let's just focus on the personal feelings, and that probably would have been better off. Or let's not focus so much on the personal feelings and make this a really cool battle shonen. And so I guess it was fork in the road. Not sure where to go. The whole relationship with I wasn't really feeling that much. The relationship with the tall girl and the one that her best friend.
The glasses one.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it.
No, right?
Yeah, I get it, but I kind of felt like we were hinted at Sanda and her being the thing, and then it was I guess we're going this way now.
Yeah, that was the thing I personally didn't like because they wanted it to go both ways, and I'm like, pick a lane.
And then the whole thing where it was Sanda and you have a fiance? It was out of nowhere. You have a fiance?
Yeah, that happened.
So I was just weird about it, and then when I got to know her, I kind of started liking her. And then I'm like, okay.
That's true.
And then I was like, now I don't want him to get with the tall girl. So that was that. I was feeling that.
This one is like she's going to blow up the school, so that's a good sign.
She turned out to be better.
That's a good point.
I did kind of like her reaction where it was like, I don't want to talk to you no more. Because I feel like I probably would have had that same reaction where it was like, no, I probably wouldn't be like, I hate you, but it's kind of like you remind me of my greatest pain.
That's true.
I found the fight when he like got all twisted up disturbing.
Yeah, that was
and unnecessary. I'm like, come on, like
that's the whole, like you kind of mentioned, Frank, is the whole violence. It feels like either we need to go further into it or we need to back away from it, but it's like somewhere in between of like this no man's land that doesn't work for me. So yeah, the whole gun violence, because like it's trying to do, I don't know, like when they cry, I guess, question mark, with little kids are all creepazoids and weirdos, murderer, bloody monsters.
The problem I feel like, because I think it's by two different people, or there's maybe two different authors. No, obviously.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because so that's what kind of throws you off in a way. Because
I could feel it.
Because if you got two different ideas, you want you got the shonen. I want to shoot
Santa Claus is the strongest and punch my way through.
Maybe close to Senin kind of in a certain point.
Yeah,
sometimes.
with the extra violence and blood.
And then you got the shoujo. But what about the feelings? And what about that?
What it's like to be a teenager again and to be in love.
And I feel like like every kind, when you try and mix two genres together, right? It doesn't exactly measure out the same, and so or it doesn't mix very well. So. Yeah. It doesn't help that the story doesn't tell you on the spot how the world is. You learn each episode. You learn like certain aspect. Kids are So when the fact about the fiance part, everyone gets fiance. It's kind of like that love and lies kind of thing. Like everyone's assigned a partner
because of the low birth rate, which is exactly like you said. That's that anime/manga series.
Yeah. So I didn't weird me out because but I wish they told me before. Like the episode 1 should be explain how the world is, so that way I'm not surprised when because it means like the author's trying to justify his own nonsense.
Yes,
every episode.
There's a lot of patch-in DLC happening in this series, justify whatever situation we find our characters in for drama's sake, and it does make me think of Frieren a little bit.
Yeah.
Where I promise you this is going to happen, but I won't tell you exactly how or why this happened until I need to, and then I'll explain it to you. But trust me, bro. That's what it feels like a little bit also in this series. Maybe not as bad, but a wee bit.
You know what threw me off?
Mm.
When kids don't sleep, and then if you go to puberty, you're going to die. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's a whole thing. I feel like all that's just there for drama's sake, and it's very convenient, let's say, without getting too harsher words.
I feel like they did that to get rid of the girl.
Yeah.
To make way for Sanda.
And that's what I don't like at all. I really, really hate that a lot, honestly.
And for an anime where it was going about how kids are feeling and what they go through, they should go through like breakups and show that side of it too, not just be like, well, I guess my first choice is gone.
My next waifu.
So it was just like, I think it would have been interesting to maneuver that.
What would Amaru do in this situation?
Well, the problem is like, again, the problem with we call it DLC patching, right? Is they explain that this happens to adults if they grow too, or kids if they grow too hard. And I feel like,
and you don't get any of that at all until like the very end, where there's repercussions for said event. Exactly, and it is. I don't like it.
And did you get the feeling that in the end, there's like, is there really a bad guy in this show?
The headmaster.
Is he really? Because at times he doesn't feel like he's that bad.
The thing at the end of the day is not really about there's a bad guy. It's about feelings and about the emotional trauma someone suffers. It's weird.
No, that's true. Go ahead.
The emotional trauma that she suffered, regardless of because the headmaster and his shenanigans. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We're more about how kids are growing, learning to deal growing up in situations, especially for a human, because she goes like kind of like, am I a child? Am I adult? I'm like in between. Where am I at in the spectrum?
Because the way I see it, he wasn't really trying to harm the kids, right?
No, he's not trying to harm the kids. No.
And he was like, yeah, this girl got expelled because she grew up. Now she's not a kid, so it's
right.
So and plus, once she grew up, she died. So it was like, oh, maybe he's right to try to keep them as kids.
Well,
so I don't know.
Right.
A bit confusing to me. Like,
the problem with that logic, the way how the world states is that once you turn 18, though, then you become an adult because you get married, and that's how that works out. But that, according to some DLC patching that we got.
I think that at the end of the day, what the real series is really about, it's about the fear of getting old and dying. And that's what you see throughout the whole this whole world, is the children are precious. They're the gods of this world because they're young. And when you're young, that's good. And you don't want to get old, because even the headmaster, he's like 90 something years old.
92.
And he has nothing but plastic surgery. And he looks like he's like in his, I don't know, 20s, 30s, maybe, if even that.
Yeah.
And he's like terrified of getting old. And you meet the real headmaster lady, who is actually the only old person you see in this whole series. And she's embracing getting old and don't fear being old. And that's like one of the small themes they had in the middle, in between all this stuff happening on. It's okay to be old, and being old is beautiful, even this and that. And I do think that is a good message, and something to apply, that, this worked a century ago. This will work a century later where we're at. Because getting old and dying is part of our human nature and part of our own reality that we'll have to face and come to.
Unless you're an android.
There you go. Unless you're an android, this and that. And yeah, you could be like a Kira in this capsule corp. But anyway, that is really, at the end of the day, the most interesting thing about this world I found, or that I've kept me interesting, wanted to keep watching more. And even particularly, the best story I feel like we saw was the tragic origin story of one of the serial killer girl we got.
Yeah.
And when she explains her story with her mom and what she went through, and the way that the family and the world interpret her, and all grasping, literally dying to be young. It's a heavy message and a thought-provoking image that I enjoyed, that I found in this series. So to me, at the end of the day, that's what everyone is motivated by.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. Anything else, Frank?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we covered the bases. I mean, at the end of the day, it's mixed messaging between being of adolescence, along with I mean, both sides of adolescence, both emotional and physical parts of it gets mixed too much, and then it loses its meaning because they're too busy. They have a hard time trying to do both things, I guess.
It's like that cake that Joey makes, where it has like jelly and beef, bananas, and all sorts of things.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think at the end of the day, I think the show has a lot of good, maybe even great ideas, but the Santa Claus thing keeps getting in the way of them. And I just kind of want to remove everything fantastic about it and just focus on the more, like I said, the more intimate, private story of growing up and figuring out who you want to be, what it is to fall in love with someone, and the repercussions of maybe going against the grain when it comes to loving someone who you're not supposed to, quotation marks. So yeah, I think we're going to end there with Sanda. A bit of a mixed bag, perhaps, is the way we're going to go with it this time around in the podcast. All right, gentlemen, we're finally here at the time where we rank our shows of the season. And since I get started off, I guess it only seems fitting that I'll get to start off here. And out of our 3 shows this year, we're going to thank our third place winners, our bronze winners, if you will. And then we're going to jump right to our first place winners. And of course, the ones with Leave Remain, stuck in the middle in second place. For myself, gentlemen, there is only one anime that comes to mind that is my least disappoint, or my most disappointing, I should say.
I think all of us are.
It's like one of those I don't want to admit it, so my brain says, and I have to autocorrect myself. No, brain, nope.
Most disappointing.
Turn off.
Here's this L. Here, take your L.
It's time to take the L, and I'm at that.
It's not Mouse's time. Yay!
Dusk Beyond the End of the World is my least favorite show of the season. Was not the show I was promised in those first 3 episodes. And I'm still mad. Still mad. Apparently Dio got off easy is my answer also, by the way. If you paid attention to that last final scene at the last episode.
Yeah, that's how I felt at the end too.
Yeah. Maybe Dio should have won. You know, Jotaro should have lost. That's how I feel about that show. And that's why it's taking home the bronze for me. But let's over to see.
You know who was the real hero of that
Who was
show?
the hero, Frank?
The guy that tried to shoot them.
He had the right idea.
Should have ate for the head.
Should have been like Thanos. You should have ate for the head. Oh, Thanos, where were you when I needed you? You could have snapped all this away. Get me out of this reality at least. I would have taken that. Oh, well, shrug. You win some, you lose some, gentlemen. Frank, what about you? What was your least favorite show of the season?
So many good choices. I feel like each of them had their own good thing. But because I couldn't stay awake, the manga won. The manga was
the poor mangaka's wonderful workplace.
Yeah, I didn't have it in me.
Didn't have enough cute girls struggling doing.
Santa energy was low. I couldn't.
A lot of Christmas cheer.
You gotta put something red on, or
you gotta put on the red. Yeah, it's like, where's your PE clothes, Frank? Better get stabbed in the chest and walk it off.
Yeah, that's
even Garp couldn't do that. Spoilers, question mark. Miles, brother, what is taking home the bronze for you?
The bronze, it'll be Dusk Beyond the Edge of the World for various reasons. We said it before.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Maybe we should know.
It was a lock-in.
And the author's attempt to maybe Elshi. Let's Elshi some people. I'm just saying.
Did you see episode 3? She had a lightsaber.
Guys.
I feel like they know we previewed 3 episodes.
It was like the most evil master plan. Someone tuned in at the pocket. They do 3 episodes, then we got them. We could just take after that 3rd episode, and they're gonna review it anyway.
Sucker.
Damn, UPA works. All right, gentlemen, and that leads us to our favorite show of the season. For me, taking home the gold winner for the season is. I'm going to do something I normally don't do here on the podcast.
Oh no! Wait, hold a sec. Wait. Okay, go ahead.
My favorite show for the season is a mangaka's weirdly wonderful workplace.
See, you know how bad it is, Frank? You know how bad this is? When I'm winning and he's losing. That can't be good. That's not a good sign.
You know what? This was like Uma Musume. I had a terrible pull, a bad run, and I'm all out of pink carrots. I'm just fucked.
No. You're like, I'm out of alarm clocks, and I guess I'm going to take...
Nope.
There you go.
This is the bad timeline I find myself in, and I'm all out of, I don't know, carrots or...
Alarm clocks.
Parfaits. Or microwaves to time travel in. DeLoreans. I'm all out of gas. A lot of plutonium.
Fuel.
Don't have enough gigawatts. It's a bad timeline I find myself in, gentlemen. But here we are in fall, almost basically winter now, 2025, and I'm taking that L. I'm taking that L, gentlemen. Which then leaves, of course, Sanda in the middle of my disappointment Christmas tree, perhaps. Ho, ho, ho. And now I have a machine gun.
Yeah.
But let's see if we have greener pastures out here on the podcast. Let's go to Frank. Frank, what was your favorite show of the season?
I enjoyed the two that are left. They both had their good and bad moments. They both made me question what I'm watching.
Me too. Me too.
Even though that for moments I felt like Dusk was gonna win. For moments I was like, "Oh, this is a shoe-in.
This is a lock-in." Me too. And then episode 4 happened.
I'm gonna go with Sanda.
Yeah.
I ultimately I liked the characters more, and I kept thinking in the other one where it was like, here we go again, another girl that likes the guy, another, and then here we go again, another butt shot.
Yeah, they really like emphasizing certain people in that show.
Yeah,
perhaps.
And then when the girl was like, "Oh, I'm naked," and and then the guy's like, "Put on clothes."
Oh yeah, I thought Frank's saying, and he's like, "Oh, let me put this slash on." Look,
puts on a little napkin on.
Nice save.
So it's just like, okay, now you're not naked.
Definitely.
Totally cannot see your whole body from the side. So I think that's what kind of like a close race pulled it down. Sanda had less dumb moments, believe it or not.
Somehow.
or they had moments that made sense for what it is trying to do.
All right, then Miles, it leaves to you, brother. Who is taking home the gold and the silver?
Do you have to ask?
I know. Legally, I have to as the host.
Mangaka's we were wonderful wordplay. Not because it was amazing, but it was more confident at being okay.
It didn't win. It just didn't lose.
That's the best way to put it. I admit, it's not gonna win like Pulitzer Prize. It's not gonna
blow anyone's mind.
It delivered what it promised.
Yes.
I said, you heard me in the preview. I said it's a show that basically is like Ocean Rock, but with manga, and it goes, what was?
She's socially awkward and is trying to make a manga, and she somehow is doing it. Yay.
Hitting singles, catching those fly balls.
Mm-hmm.
We struck out and
small ball.
Dropped those.
Yeah, small. There, it's not about hits. It's about OPS.
If it's not a home run, it's a strikeout. Turns out. Oof, that was one long spoilerific discussion these guys just had.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in 2 weeks.
That reminds me, 2 weeks. I wish this podcast was like every day.
I don't think we can promise that to our listeners, but what we can do? We can use our social media platforms.
Oh, that's right. We're like on Blue Sky and Instagram, and even we have YouTube shorts between each episode.
Or as a funny moment, what Frank said, my hot takes on gacha games or Ray's inevitable rants. You can find all of it on social media.
Wow, it's like no matter where the people are, we're there with them every moment.
It's like we're always watching you.
Ooh, and with that, let's get to our outro quick.
Maybe the real Santa Claus will give us better animes next season.
Come on, Santa. Step up your game, Santa. Come on, I need you. All right. I knew it wasn't that Sanda guy. He's a cheap doppelganger.
What's next? Winter?
Winter season is coming along at the end of January when you listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. And down the timeline, it should be the first week of February if my editor brain is working at full capacity.
Right, because before we get there, we must do our reviews of reviews. Yeah, yearly
roundups. Our top 5 video games and anime episodes that is coming down the pipeline here on the Otaku.
Yeah, that's where
Podcast.
Uma Mystic could be on the top of the list for everybody this year.
The sad part is that's almost guaranteed a top 5 for me at this point.
Notice I just named all 3 games Ray played this year.
Yeah, there's also, like I said, it's practically guaranteed top 5 for me. And we definitely know it's Miles' number 1, so you can count it now. Cash it in, folks.
Boom.
There you go, Vegas odd numbers. I've just helped you out. But yeah, we're gonna have our video game episode coming up after this one, and then followed by an anime episode. With any luck, supposedly we'll finally be a 4-man podcast once again.
The dream team is back.
The dream team might return. Our founding fathers of said podcast will finally return.
Yeah, like that.
It won't be. Poor Andy won't be 9 months, but I think we could wake him up in time for the holiday cheer, perhaps the New Year celebration. So fingers crossed that all works out. So I'll look forward to that. And look forward to Andy's favorite Super Nintendo game of the year.
Yes. A game from 1995 will beat every modern game from the day.
I found this new game called Super Mario World. It's pretty good,
Good.
guys. I don't know if you've heard about it yet.
Yeah.
So it might take over the storm next year, this coming year. So
Yeah.
look forward to that.
Star Fox, that's a good
Yeah, that FX Super Chip is sure doing some cool stuff. Look out, Donkey Kong Country. Have I got a game for you? Oh boy. Wait till it gets to Final Fantasy 3/6. But yes, that is going on in the future of our little podcast here. So we hope you stay tuned for all that. Like and subscribe today on your favorite podcast platform. Pretty much wherever you find podcasts, you can find the Otaku podcast. If not, just go to www.takuotaku.com and you'll find all our episodes there, along with all the links to your favorite podcast app. So you could take us in your pocket wherever you go on your smart device and this and that, you cool kids, and all your mobile devices and your iPads and everything in between. So there you go. We'll be ready for the new year. Get some recommendations to add to your list. Got to get ready for the new year because we all have a backlog to work on.
Backlog, more like a back slog.
Yeah, it's quite the Christmas list.
Well, we're lucky, kids. We might get there by 2014.
Indeed. And along with that, I guess also everyone be prepared. Us, I don't know who's going to be shocked, our listeners or us, the co-hosts, because also supposedly next time around, gentlemen, there might be a video podcast to go along with this audio podcast.
I am shocked already.
So be prepared for that. But of course, we are always going to be an audio podcast. So if you've been listening to this whole time, you'll still be able to listen to us. But if you're curious to see our I'll be nice. My ugly face. You go check it out on YouTube.
Hey, we like that. The Nier developer just put like a moon phase over your head.
Indeed. You made this reference last time, Miles. You need to get a new.
How about a horse head? Would that be?
That would work. I mean you're just gonna be Uma Musume, so you're halfway there.
Yeah.
And of course, I thank my fellow co-hosts for hanging out with me this whole time. List me rant and rave about my anime choices and my video game choices also during our Metroid Prime spoiler talk. So thank you, Frank, for providing that support for our favorite bounty hunter who never collects a bounty in our life.
Yeah. The alleged bounty hunter.
One day, Samus will collect a bounty, I swear.
The silent bounty hunter, by the way.
Yeah, she won't whisper a damn thing the whole time.
Does she scream, though?
Yeah, she does scream. Oh, boy. Speaking of screaming, Miles, thank you, brother. Thank you for coming on this podcast and making me want to join Samus in those cheerful screams.
And I thank you and Frank for telling me about the ending, so that way I don't have to think about it.
There you go. You enjoy that full body cam motion of pretty blonde hair Samus ? But of course, our biggest thank you go to you guys, our listeners, for hanging out this whole time, listening to me complain about my life choices and this and that. But I'll swear I'll get my act together. It's going to be 2026 soon. It's going to be perfect, beautiful. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. But until the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a good one and hear from me in the near future. But of course, until then, laters, people.